for fucking
4 hours.
Yes, literally. I'm just watching bitches shake their ass.
Bro, I can't even go to the bathroom now without a bit. Like, I literally don't even take my phone with me when I go to the bathroom.
Nah, I grew out of it. I did it so much that it doesn't even. I just see a bitch twerking and shit, and I'm just like.
No. What I'm saying is I won't even take it in there with me because I'm like, I don't even want to see it. Like, I just want to go to the. I'll take a book. I'm going to the bathroom with a book.
See, I traded it up for micro learning, so I'll watch videos on mixing or recording or.
That's fine as long as it just.
Like, that's it. But I'll also sit there on the toilet for another 10 fucking minutes watching the video too. My legs fall asleep.
You try to get up and you like, fuck.
Oh shit. God damn.
And then you stand up and you're like, are they gonna go back to sleep? Because that's the worst. I did that shit one time where I stood up too early and then bitches went back numb.
I hate that.
And I went right back down. I said, whoa.
I hate that.
That's part of getting old, nigga.
My legs falling asleep.
Nigga, that's when I knew I was getting old.
When you cutting off the circulation depending on how you sitting. That's what it is. You cutting off the circulation of your main arteries that run right here and fucking you just sitting on them. And you sitting on that bitch for 10 minutes. Your legs will fall asleep, nigga. And I'm like, fuck. But yeah, I guess it is
It's a product of getting old because I used to do the same shit when I was a jit, bro.
Like, yeah, when I was a kid, I never had. Well, I don't know, because when I was a kid, I didn't sit on the toilet like that either. Like, I don't know. I would sit on the toilet.
I'm not even talking about being a kid, but like in my teenage years when I first got the phone,
yeah,
you go like that.
Yeah, it's the posture too, bro. Because like you're putting all your weight on your legs. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Don't even realize you got your elbows like this. You looking like a super villain. Oh man.
But no, that was definitely one of the best things that's happened to me within the last 6 months. Like I stopped watching porn. I stopped watching all that shit, bro. I just cut all that shit out. It don't even faze me. Like I be seeing like women with fat ass and just out in public, and I just like, so what? I'm so proud of myself. I'm just like, so what? She got a fat ass.
I mean, I'm at that same point, but I didn't cut out. I ain't do none of that other part. I ain't cut none of that shit out because I
had to. It's just like I don't know.
I mean, I guess for certain people, some people were like, "Oh, dude, I'm just wasting time." I don't have that problem. Like, I can be like, "Okay, well, nigga, just drop that shit for a minute and then just go do something else," and then like, I don't know. I'd be worried I'm about to snap on somebody.
Yeah, it's also just like, I don't know, I'm realizing like now that I quit smoking too, like there's a lot of other things that like I do that I don't need to do. And so I'm trying to lean towards more healthy stuff and more personal
growth,
like development, like things that's gonna help me as opposed to things that are just gonna, take up my time and have negative impacts on my overall life. So I'm just I don't know, I'm wising up, I guess, as they say. Just trying to focus more on positive direction. Just cutting anything negative out, and that is negative. Just sitting there watching fucking porn all day. Not all day, but just watching it. Like, I don't really have time for that. I'm focused on now just producing. Now they want me to produce and shit. They've heard some of my beats and everything. So now I'm trying to do more content, produce, get my social media and my website, get all that going. My website should be done next month, by the end of February. And I'll get all that shit set up. So I can just have everything on my website, just sample, sample beats and shit. I don't like doing that shit, but it is important. Like I'm realizing how important it is. Like when people are like, oh yeah, let me hear some shit you did. Like what, bro? Why you want to hear a beat that you're not gonna buy? That's so. I don't understand the concept. Like you want to hear a beat that I made that you're not gonna buy, that you're not interested in, just to hear or see what I can do. I'm like, why don't you ask me for a beat? So that way I can make you something, and so you send me a reference, and then I send you something, and then but it's all about like a elevator pitch. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be able to quickly sell yourself. Be like, oh, well, what can you do real quick? Let me see what you do. Just to help people consider you, or like promote you, or validate you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's an uglier, it's not ugly, it's stupid ass concept to me, but I get it. So I'm trying to like cater towards that now, and just have that ready. Because motherfucker, other day I was in the studio, Boston Richie was like, "Oh, where'd you make beats?" I'm like, yeah, I do more like R&B shit. I don't know if you know who Boston Richie is, but he's a rapper. He's pretty prevalent in the game, but he's also newer. But he was like, "Oh, let me hear one of your beats and shit." So I was like, I mean, I make more R&B shit, but like if you want some shit like for you, I can make you something. And so I played him one of my beats, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I fuck with it." I was like, "You ain't gotta say that, bro." He's like, "No, I'm being real with you." You know what I'm saying? I was like, I know it's not your wave, but like it's R&B shit. You feel me? Like it's not something you're gonna be. You know? He's like, "No, it's fire though. Like I can see somebody buying that shit." Like yeah, like, if you want something, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I can make you some. Because the shit that they want, the basic ass trap beats, that shit is so easy to make, bro. Like I could literally show you how to like. I can literally show you that next time I'll bring my laptop, next podcast, and I will make a beat.
You
right
gonna make
here.
a beat?
I will show
you.
you.
You gonna do a tutorial?
I would literally do it right, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start doing that too. I'm gonna do like some
YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, on just like shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to
get your name buzzing. That's it, bro.
But just to have more content. You know what I'm saying? Just have content. That's it, bro. Just building content.
Just putting content out en masse is how you win. At this point,
but consistently though, yeah, mass having good content, short form, long form. Actually, more specifically,
you don't even have to have it. It doesn't have to be good content now. Like they.
No, I'm saying, but like consistent.
Yeah, motherfuckers. No, it's not. So I wouldn't even say that has to be consistent. It just.
Well, that's how you get into the
algorithm. Yeah, that's how
I'm saying. Like.
No, because now they changed up the algorithm. And just because so I've been in it for a while. So YouTube recently undertook some changes to their algorithm, and I think it has to do a lot with the way that the government is now changing.
Well, they tried to ban TikTok and shit, so they're trying to tighten up on social media in general.
Well, they just got, Facebook just issued its like official apology for everything, and like.
So what? Fuck what?
But they apologized.
Not done that, and no one would fucking.
No.
Because they were spying on people?
No. They apologized because they said that they actually were directly trying to influence the way our government was run and everything through the way they were promoting and hiding other like specific like they would promote things even though they knew it wasn't true because they didn't want people to vote a certain way. And like once it was proven, they were like, "Look, okay, we don't want to go to court. Yes, we did this. Yes, we threw shit out there and things that were true that were, about the other party."
They threw shit out there because it's the older platform.
The
biggest thing about
because
Facebook
you can selectively like as you're the owner of Facebook, you can be like, "Okay, I want these posts promoted, and I know these are true. Silence these, but promote this."
Well, the large portion of that has to do with the people that are interacting.
No, because you can literally you can ignore all of that and literally still push an agenda. Like they say that your algorithm was tuned to you.
But
they came
how?
out,
That's what I'm saying.
because they can literally just be like, because it's groupthink. So there was a study done by a psychologist. I want to say it was in the it was in 1970, and the psychologist's theory was that a majority of people, like a majority, what you think is a majority in public, is just a group of people who are misinformed. So they basically partook in that. They would literally put things out there that would be misinformation, just blatantly false, and they say, "Oh, we never had any part in that. We're not the reason that's getting promoted. It's because you were interested in stuff like that." And then they're now coming back and saying, "No, we were actually just pushing that to everybody as quickly as we could because we didn't want shit to go this way." So what we have for the first time in history, pretty much, is a company coming out and saying, "Yeah, we're trying to skew the way you think." like a social media platform really coming out and saying, yeah, it's not all bullshit. We really are trying to skew the way that the average person thinks.
Well,
And we got no,
they're of course they're influencing what people think, but it's also like a large portion of it is based on what's trending, which is based on what people are watching, sharing, interacting.
But what I'm saying is,
like, what's popular.
No, because you can literally say fuck what's popular. Like yes, on we could say, let's say 65% of what they're going to put out is going to be something that's going to generate them revenue, right? So I'm going to put out an ad for a game or a makeup company or whatever that's going to generate me revenue. But I don't have to do it all the time. So what I could do is be like, okay, Mac's opinion is what I think is the right opinion. Therefore, I'm going to now push you. It's the same thing Twitch is getting in trouble for right now. Like all these other platforms are now starting to get in trouble for. And everybody's starting to realize, like, somebody just pointed out the other day, they were like, why is it that...
For promoting agendas?
Well not just promoting... False information, skewing agendas.
I get that,
making
but, like,
people...
that's the thing, like, how do you determine, like... So they
admitted
that they
admitted to it. Yeah, they said...
Because there's
they
one
were
thing
caught.
to say, it's one thing to say, like, their platform, like, it's happening on their platform. They can't control everything that's... what I'm saying?
No, but they can navigate it. Like, so I can basically push your shit to the forefront just to get it more views, just to get more people saying it, because they understand, just like everybody else understands. It's that old adage. You remember when people used to say, hey, would you rather have done this terrible thing and nobody know you did it, or or never done the terrible thing that everybody thinks you did? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, maybe such and such didn't do this thing. Maybe Mac didn't beat this person to death. But would you rather have beaten somebody to death, nobody ever know you did it besides you, or have everybody think you beat somebody to death and you never touched them?
Personally, is there evidence?
Well, no, but
that's how I would say it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't come
but
out
you have
and
to
say
think about
I
it.
did
But you have to
something.
think about it like this: whether or not there's evidence, if everybody else in the world thinks you did it, they're going to falsify the evidence. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if everybody else 100% was sure you did this,
They can't falsify it.
you can falsify anything. Our government has already proved they can
Not to say
falsify.
that they can't, but like you have to have something to falsify.
Yeah, they'd be like, everybody thinks he did this, therefore he did this. One second.
I don't know, that's a weird take. How's everybody doing? It's 2025. Hope everybody's having a good year. Hope everybody's keeping true to their resolutions. I know some of you guys have fucking set resolutions that you're probably not holding on to. And that's just, that's the start of progress. It's like you have to stay consistent, stay with it. So if your resolution is to go to the gym, be in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Make those healthy changes. Change is not going to be easy. I promise you guys it's going to be hard, but it will be worth it in the end. Yeah. You guys have a progressive 2025. And it's good for you guys. Because it's going to be good for me, your boy. It's going to be good for your boy. I can't wait to see where we're at by the end of the year.
Huh?
I'm just talking. Probably nobody, but
I had to piss like a
still
racehorse.
time.
Nah. So, I mean, that adage comes into, like, I get what you're saying. Like, well, did I do it? Like, for me personally, I would rather everybody think I did something and me never have done it.
Of course, because like you can't prove that I did it, and after a while, it's just gonna be like,
Yeah, but if everybody just agrees, so like, it's just one of those things. If everybody agrees, like everybody universally, that's the adage. Like, you're trying to bring
they
logic
can have
into
their
it.
opinion, but if I actually did it though,
But if you actually did it and nobody ever claims that you did it and you never tell nobody you did it, did you do it?
yeah, but that's the thing. Like the evidence is gonna be there.
No. Nobody.
somebody is
That's
gonna
but
eventually
you're
find
adding.
out.
No. You're adding extra to
Truth
it.
always comes to the light.
That's
So
not
it's
necessarily
yes,
true.
that-
Some of these motherfuckers die with lies on their lips. You're
that's
dead.
Literally, that's a small percentage.
So, yeah, but what I'm saying is, in this, whether it's a small percentage or not, you're adding in other factors. What I'm saying is, the adage, like, it's literally just the thought game. Which one would you prefer? And anybody who says, look, I'm a good person at heart, I'd rather everybody think I did it and not have done it, then you have to realize everybody else's perception is reality. So unless you believe in an afterlife,
Nah, you gotta prove that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They
it
gotta
doesn't.
prove that I did that. You can have your opinion. Everybody can think that I did something.
But if the entire world, if the entire world 100% accuses you of something, then there's no way that you can say that you didn't do it.
Yeah, but the entire world's not doing it.
But that's in the adage. That's what it's saying. Everybody thinks you did it. Like everybody thinks you did it. So if everybody thinks you did it, they're like, hey, I think Mac did this. Everybody's gonna be like, yeah, we all agree. The opposite end is Mac did this, but nobody besides Mac knows. And even if you told somebody, they're gonna be like, oh, you wouldn't do that. Like you could literally tell somebody, I did that, and it's like it's just a moral conundrum more than anything. It's like, do you go down do you go down the path of martyrdom?
I don't know. I'm looking at the whole issue, like you're saying.
Do you go down the path of martyrdom?
Personally, the way I believe it is, like, from my opinion, like, if you can't prove that I did this, like,
but people's perception, like, people's perception is reality.
Believe just
but it's not. But this
hearsay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is everybody would, like, in this specific incident, everybody would, like, everything that line. So like everything seems to just line up just coincidentally enough for everybody to go, oh no, he definitely did that. And then you're like, but I really, like, put it to you like this. It's basically one of the situations where one of these people, like, they've come up with hella court cases. Like you've seen them come out recently where they're like, yeah, you know, the guy got the electric chair, but he never did any of this. He couldn't have done any of this. Like DNA evidence, but everybody assumed you did it.
Cleared, like I said, it comes to light.
Yeah, but name cleared after you're dead.
Yeah,
so it's like, yeah, but that's what I said. After more, that's a moral. It's a moral thing because it's like, do you believe in the afterlife? Because that's who you're gonna have to answer to at the end of it. A lot of people just go, fuck it, I'd rather do it and not have to worry about everybody thinking I did it. Because if everybody thinks I did it, then I'm fucked.
That's what you care about, I guess. Like, personally, I don't give a fuck if everybody thinks I did something that I didn't do. Like, you still, at the end of the day, you have to prove that I did this. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, it's gonna come out eventually, like, that I didn't do this. And everybody's just gonna live shitty. We're gonna move on with our lives. Whereas if I actually did it, you know what I'm saying? The consequences are gonna still be there later.
The consequences can be whatever the consequences.
Yeah, I did it. Now nobody thinks I did it, but eventually it's gonna come to light that I did this, and now
all the time it comes. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Most people just don't think about it because it's like if you don't believe in the moral, like if you don't believe in an afterlife, then it doesn't matter because your perception is reality. It's like those people who can lie to themselves about shit that they know like didn't happen.
Sociopath?
No, sociopaths don't even usually like. Sociopaths won't even believe their own lies. Sociopaths take a different route. They think that you're stupid for believing their lies, therefore you should be lied to.
Well, no, a sociopath is, like, by definition, somebody who can just make up a lie and truly believe it. Just like if you were set up on a polygraph test, you could literally.
Well, polygraph tests are inaccurate because they just measure heart rate. So they're so fucking inaccurate, and even our government admits that. Or else they would just polygraph everybody.
Yeah, but they do, to some degree have.
No, nothing about them. You could be telling the truth.
They're not valid in court.
You could be telling the truth on a polygraph, and if you're just nervous or whatever,
of course,
it's gonna come out that you're lying.
But in general, like they do show that people are either lying or withholding information because you're nervous about something typically. And I understand because I was hooked up to one.
I was hooked up to one too.
I was nervous as fuck. And
I wasn't nervous. I just believed everything. I believed everything I told them, and as long as I believed it, I knew.
No, I was just focused, and I was. You have to not move for like an hour and just.
I know. Yes. I was in that same thing. They put that thing on you. You sit right there, and then he was like, "Listen,
nigga.
Yeah,
there was a mat. I was on a pressure pad.
Yes.
They had a thing going across from my heartbeat.
That's what I said. They put the thing on you. They make you sit like this. Yeah, nigga.
Nigga, bro, I had to sit there, and then the chair.
He just asked it. It's uncomfortable.
Like, what the fuck, bro?
She was just uncomfortable.
How many sensors you need? They like, just sit there,
nigga, and then they tell you. Then it's like 10 to 15 of the minutes. He's just sitting there. He's like, we need to get a baseline. Is your name Marcus the Prince? Are you such and such years old? And then I realized I was like I had watched. I'll never forget where I learned that polygraphs are inaccurate two things happened back to back in my lifetime where I was like, oh, these are fake. One was I watched a movie, and then I was like, oh, you can't believe everything you see in movies. There's no way that works. And in the movie, the guy put a tack at the bottom of his shoe. Right?
Bro, Oceans?
I think it was
fucking-
Oceans.
It was.
Was it? I can't remember the name of the movie.
Yeah.
I was so young, and he
Bro.
just stepped on the tack every time he was
had to
entering.
pass the
Polygraph,
polygraph
yeah,
test
okay.
to get,
And then the
to get
second
job
one-
at the casino.
And then the second one was I went to the Discovery Channel, and MythBusters just so happened to be doing one on polygraphs, and I was like, oh no, I was like, okay, MythBusters about to get to it.
Right, but it's
And then
not
they sat there.
100% accurate, but
Yeah. Then he sat there, and he was like, they brought in some guy from the military, a military interrogator, and he was like, oh yeah, he's like, most of the time we hook you up to these just to rattle you. He's like, but they really don't work. And they were like, can we give you one? He's like, yeah. He's like, I can pass these. Oh, no problem. He's
yeah,
like,
if you're
they
trained to.
he was like,
But for the average
honestly,
person,
no,
like-
because then he trained. You remember the Asian dude, Grant? Was that his name? Grant, the little Asian that worked there. Yeah, he trained Grant to do it. He's like, look, lie your ass off, but just don't start breathing.
Right.
Don't
Train,
do. Yeah,
like,
I was like, oh.
train him, is
He
what
was
I'm
like,
saying.
just believe whatever
For
it
the
is.
average person who doesn't have the knowledge or training, it's not that easy to
Yeah, most people do
to
think
get
that they're
through.
accurate. I'm just
That's what I'm saying.
sitting there. I'm like, so, but sociopaths, like a lot of them can pass it more because they don't have an emotional response. Like they don't believe their lies, but he doesn't feel bad about the lies he's told.
No, because they're so used to lying and telling and just making up things that
Some of them-
they don't even think they're lying.
So
That's the psychological.
No. They know they're like. So that's the difference. That's the difference between somebody who's psychopathic who believes what he's saying and sociopaths literally think you got taken advantage of because you're stupid. I needed to take advantage of you because you're stupid. I don't believe anything that's coming out of my mouth, but I was able to make you believe it. Therefore, I need you to, therefore, I need to do this because you're stupid. Whereas the psychopath's like, whatever the fuck I believe is what I believe, and that's just it. So if he believes God's talking to him, God's talking to him. And does that mean that he has to go kill everybody, including his grandma? Yes. A sociopath is going to look at Mac and be like, all right, what can I get Mac to believe? And if I get him to believe but I know they're lies.
They're so good at lying, and they've been lying for so long. Is what I'm saying is they can make you believe anything, and you won't even think that they're lying. They won't have typical cues of somebody who's lying. They could look you dead in the fucking face, not break eye contact, not have any type of tell, and literally just have a conversation with you. Everything they said was a lie. That is that is the definition of a sociopath. Somebody who's just capable of creating a false narrative and not having any type of tell or any social cue.
The definition is just like somebody who lacks emotional responses and stuff like that. Like
that's a product of it. Yes.
Yeah, that's the like that. Yeah, so they just. I just think that it's fucking mind-boggling. Like I love to be like on them in real life, because my psychology. Well, no, because my psychology teacher thought I was one, and
Honestly,
my mom used to tell me I was
most
one.
people that work in like three-letter agencies are sociopaths because they have to be. They have to be. As far as it's like you said, to interrogators specifically.
Interrogators specifically.
They
Most of those aren't even sociopaths.
35 mics.
Are not sociopaths. I met a
Yes,
lot of them.
they are, bro. Yes, the
them
fuck they are.
them niggas is good at their job, but they're not sociopaths.
Why are they
Yes.
so good at their job?
They're good at their job.
They
They're good.
are
No, they're good at their job because their job is fucking easy.
Or they have sociopathic tendencies. I mean, but I'm more on the line of they're fucking sociopaths. Because they
their
have
job
to
is-
do that on a daily basis. It's part of their job.
Yeah, but theirs isn't to lie. Theirs is to find out when somebody else is lying.
They are.
So they're good.
They have to lie to do that.
Yeah, so they're
They will
better.
sit there and lie to you and tell you, even as an interrogator, they will sit there and tell you, yes, we are bringing you your money. Yes, the people that you
Rat it out.
the people that you are waiting for, they're en route. We have that helicopter ready for you. All you have to do is just come with us. Just no inflection in their voice, no hesitation. Everything a complete fucking lie. That's what I'm saying. Like most people, and especially I wouldn't say just in law enforcement in general, but in specifically those three-letter agencies like interrogators, people who have to just deal with criminals, like real criminals on a daily basis. They have to lie to them. They can't be honest with them because the truth will get someone killed.
I don't understand. I don't think so. I think you.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's real, bro, for real.
I don't know. I think telling the truth won't get someone killed.
Most of the time, it will. You gotta think. Like, I watch a lot of fucking Criminal Minds, and I get that it's a show, but it does reflect reality to a large degree. Like how they conduct business or operations and procedures. It is more or less. It does co-align with reality. And what do they do in the shows? Like they sit there and they tell these people they got their guns drawn on them. These fucking, like you said, these psychopathic people who are killing people, homicidal, not homicidal, but fucking killing people. Yeah, homicidal sociopaths. Fucking killing these people. They're sitting there telling them everything's gonna be fine. Just put the knife down. You know, this and that. They're appealing to their better nature. All of that has to, and a lot of it's psychology, but a lot of it
it's just manipulation.
Yes, but a lot of it, to be able to do that, requires you to be a sociopath by nature. Just in order to tame the beast, you have to become the beast. Unfortunately, that's you can't say that that's not real or that's not true. Like
I think it's just the easier way to do it because you can tame the beast just by being honest with somebody. Because like on the opposite end of that,
honesty is not always the answer. Like,
honesty is 9 times out of 10 the best policy. Because
whatever, fucking no.
You're out of your
mind. Not in their world at least.
Oh,
maybe
absolutely.
in general. Okay,
no, absolutely in their world too.
Tell that
man.
If they tell that person that they have a gunpoint, yes, we need you to put the knife down. We're gonna take you to jail. Your dreams are not gonna come true of being a famous killer or whatever. We're gonna put you in life. No one's gonna know who you are. Like, yeah, come on, bro. They'd be like, what? And just kill that person if they have hostage. Like, come on.
9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, I would say, 9 times out of 10, they probably would. Because once they're caught, they're caught. And they know that they're arresting.
Yes, but like, they don't want any more damage at that point. So that's why they have to lie to them. They have that person.
No. What I'm saying is the person who's caught, 9 times out of 10, like most criminals, it's not like most criminals.
They just give up.
Yeah, most criminals just give up.
They're going to go out with a bang.
Some of these.
They want to de-escalate.
We've been
over
this
the
before.
Truth. They're about to try and take everybody out with them.
What? We've been over this before. Like very small percentage of like criminals are really on that. Like,
but they don't want to take that chance of if this person that's gonna, when we tell them the truth, that's gonna kill this person, try and kill more of us. Shoot. Like, no, they want to de-escalate the situation as best as possible. So they're gonna tell them those sweet nothings, all this bullshit, and lie to them to get them to calm down or to put them in a frame to where they can quickly detain them or move in. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's how they act from a tactical point as well. Just like how we were talking about with the fucking people that pulled up on your ass. Like they don't know if, based on your record and what they heard about you, they don't know that you're not gonna crash out. The likelihood that you're gonna crash out is higher because, or not the likelihood, but the damage that you could do if you crash out is higher. You're more of a threat, a potential threat, because of your background. And so that's what they factor into. That's one of the number one things on their list. Potential threat. I mean, yeah, maybe most bad guys aren't going to, but they don't want to run that risk.
I mean, you can pretty much determine which ones will and which ones won't. The ones that are going to go out anyway with a bang are more than likely, like the ones that are going out with a bang anyway. Once you pull up, have more often than not just went ahead and took the hostage out because they know they weren't getting out of the
situation. They don't want you. That's what I'm saying.
They already know, like the ones that are really like fuck it, we ball. As soon as you pull up and you see them blue lights outside, or as soon as that first door gets kicked in, he's already done offed it because he already knows, like, we're up. Most of those are the ones that get killed by the cop in the first place. It's like that. Do you remember when we were younger, like way younger, that guy who got the first guy that like became infamous for killing that cop, that female cop? And they were like, we have his ass surrounded. We'll come back to y'all after it's safe. And then when they came back, they said, yeah, the motherfucker was shot 3,700 times. He has 37 wounds in his body. The motherfucker just shot the house up. Just said, fuck him.
I mean, yeah, I mean, shit. At that point, it's a threat level.
Nigga, he's up.
Threat level at that point.
They caught that nigga with a pistol.
Literally, just one pistol.
He had one pistol.
He had a 22 caliber pistol.
And they blew that fucking house down.
He had 7 rounds in that bitch. Like, oh god, yeah. I mean that's.
You on the other side of that, boy.
But you don't know what he's capable
Nah,
of.
you could.
He's already killed. He's already killed one officer.
He probably tried to throw that bitch out the door. They were like, pick that bitch back up.
Nah, they planted that bitch back on him. He threw that bitch out. Like,
I'm coming out. I'm coming.
Don't
Who
shoot.
had that shit set to automatic?
Don't shoot, man.
The sergeant done turned around. Who didn't have that shit set to automatic? Which one of y'all still got bullets in the clip? Bitch niggas.
Yeah. You're fired.
Mow his ass down. When his ass come out the door, hold that shit. If your bullet don't touch him, you get no bonus this month.
Everybody better be on full auto.
Bro, they let that bitch.
They had the armory handing out full auto anyway. You ain't
Yeah.
got no,
One for you,
Yeah.
one for you, one for you. Oh, click. One for you.
Is that a 3 round? Nope. Give me that shit back. There you go. It's a burner. It's a fucking burner.
Extra long clip.
Yeah.
Right that bitch back. Now drop that clip and put another one in it. We want an extra round in that
That
bitch.
bitch better come back empty, nigga. You got an empty mag, yes, going home.
Oh God.
That's great. The police brutality shit is insane too, though. Like
But have you seen some of these executive orders that were
Yeah.
passed? This nigga, I know this nigga's hand went.
fucking with them.
All of them?
Nah, not all of them. But
Which
I'm
one
fucking-
did you not like?
I'm fucking with all. I haven't even read all of them. A lot of them.
How do you feel about the Lyndon B. Johnson one that he overturned?
Which one was
The
that?
affirmative action one
Affirmative action for what?
for hiring.
Hiring what?
For hiring. So affirmative action. You know what affirmative action is, right?
For
Where no, for well not just women, it was for women and people of
that's what I'm
color.
saying. That's,
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what it.
Yeah, so affirmative action. So Lyndon B.
Affirmative
Johnson.
action specifically, from what I understand, originally pertained to hiring women.
No, it was for first. It was for people of color. So it was first for like blacks, because black people weren't getting hired
Right.
as much as they felt they should have. So affirmative action was like, okay, we need to put more blacks in businesses.
Minorities.
Yeah.
Just minorities.
Yeah. So more minorities in businesses. And it became a mandate to where your company got tax breaks
Right.
if the more diverse your hiring staff was. Well,
We got a Mexican. We got one Asian.
we got a black guy that's Jewish. Oh shit, that's the lottery.
We got
What
a
does he know
Muslim-
how to do? He knows how to mop floors? No. We need him to be in accounting.
Yeah. We got a Muslim Asian.
A Asian nigga?
Asian, yeah. And then we got a fucking Hindu Italian guy.
Oh,
We got some shit.
we got
And
a,
everybody else is white.
we got a Mexican Polynesian.
Yeah, what the fuck? But everybody else is white.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So
That's the qualification.
He rescinded the because that was an executive order that's just been
He
lasted.
overturned it?
Yeah, it was an executive order that has been in since Lyndon B. Johnson was in.
Okay, but like, what did he overturn specifically?
He overturned
The
that.
whole thing?
Yeah, he overturned. Well, because in the Civil Rights Act, it already says that no person can be discriminated against based on sex, gender, race, sexual preference, or religion. So he was just like, this has been implemented for so long that companies take advantage of this and don't hire people based on merit. They're just hiring people based on skin color and whatever. And they're getting the tax breaks for it and still paying these people less. So he's just like, fucking take it up.
Less.
Yeah. Less than you would pay somebody who you thought was actually on merit. So it's not like, oh,
I don't know about that.
yeah, well, yeah, because everybody negotiates their contract. I don't necessarily have to pay you the same amount of money I'm going to pay this person dollar for dollar amount. unless you can prove that you're doing the exact same job. But even if you're doing that, then you're not on salary. But it's like right now,
that's it. I would say
right now,
it's incumbent on the person though, because if like if you're saying like a black person is less likely to argue a higher wage than a white guy, like
they are.
Okay, well that's that person.
Yeah, but just on average, they are, especially
when
it comes to
women wage gap.
No. But what I'm saying is, we get a tax break for you, so we're paying you less because now I'm paying less taxes because you're on my payroll.
They're paying everybody less than.
Huh?
They're paying everybody at the company less than.
Well, no, because you're offsetting.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas if I hire the white guy, he's not offsetting my books. You're offsetting my books because you're a diversity hire. So now I get to pay you the same amount I'm paying him. I'm just making more off of you.
So you're not paying less.
So, but I am technically because I'm saving my company money. Do you see what I'm saying? So the dollar amounts.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to reimburse what I'm making off of you in taxes to you as pay because you're helping my company. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it doesn't turn
But
out.
I'm making more. But I'm paying you less in overall. Over the grand scheme of things, he's going to cost me $57,000. You're going to cost me $57,000. But at the end of the year,
that's just cost of the company.
Wait. But my company's getting a $4,000 tax break from you at the end of the year because you just so happen to be black. So now both of y'all are bringing me. Now I'm paying out $57,000, but I'm getting back $4,000 from you just because you're black. So now,
that's what I'm saying is that doesn't relate to how much you're paying that person. That's just overhead.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, okay, I guess. Whereas he's gonna feel more confident in in general, they also feel more confident.
Honestly, if I know that and I'm a black person and I know that
most people did it,
I'll be like, nigga, I need a cut of that tax break you're getting off.
Yeah, because if he was getting a tax break from him, this guy would have demanded it. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna pay you what I know you're worth because I know that I can I'm gonna offset it. But anyway, he took that out of there. He was like, people just need to start being hired on merit based upon ideology.
I get
like
that, though, but I get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't.
I'm happy for it. I'm just like,
I don't see that as a bad thing.
Yeah, well, I think it gives us a step up. I think it gives people just a leg up when they go into businesses now. Now you don't have to think of yourself as being the diversity hire. Like I've heard that joke before when I worked in corporate, where people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm just the diversity hire." Now I know I'm not the diversity hire. You hired me based upon my skill. So if I find out that nigga's making $1 more than me, I need that same fucking dollar because you're not getting a tax break from me. I get to rock this boat. I'm doing the same job that motherfucker's doing.
Honestly, I'd be more likely to say something if I knew you were getting a tax break.
Why? Because
I would be like, nigga, you're getting a tax break off me. I am helping you out. Help me, nigga. Help me help you, nigga. This is what's happening. If I leave, you're no longer getting this tax break.
No, I'll just get somebody else that's your skin color to sit in that position.
Hell, I'm gonna sit outside and I'm gonna protest.
Nigga.
These niggas are racist.
and they're gonna be like, how? When we just hired Jamal.
They're racist, bro. They're gonna get the tax break and not pay you shit off that shit.
Matt is gonna be out there.
Fuck.
And a nigga gonna look at you and be like, so you want me not to go get a job paying $75,000 a year because you were mad that he wasn't paying you more than $75,000 a year. It sounds like you a hater.
You gonna do the same
I'm gonna go.
You gonna use and abuse your ass. Watch. All right, that $75,000, it ain't worth it, nigga. Cause you'll be working.
That's what they're finding.
OT.
That's what they're finding out at like companies that like Blue Origin and shit like that with the engineer crisis that we're having right now that I was talking to y'all about last week. Where we're just hiring everybody from other countries. Like we've imported 6,000 this year alone, 6,000 engineers so far.
Well, he's actually gonna do away with
yeah, he's already started. They've started deporting them motherfuckers immediately.
Well, no, just like the whole work visa thing.
Well, he's not doing away with it. He's taxing their ass now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
well,
like if you're making American dollars, you're gonna get taxed.
I forgot what it's called, but it's a V1.
Yeah.
Which is essentially like a work visa where they hire people from other. He's. I'm not gonna say he's doing away with it, but he's like.
He's making it stricter. Like, why are we paying these other countries?
Well, he's trying to implement a solution to where we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We rather
Well, the only reason why we do it is because it's technically cheaper for the company. It's technically cheaper for the company because they're finding out companies like I don't want to say Amazon.
And they double back it, and you get a tax break off this thing.
Yeah. Well, Amazon's doing it right now where it's like they're like, oh, you're paying these people less, and people are like, no, they're making the same dollar amount. Okay, they're making the same dollar amount, but the guy from India is busting his ass twice as hard because he knows that. I didn't know this until I started working and found out that so Blue Origin, which is Amazon's space program, will pay for you to move here, like from another country.
I mean,
wait. This is where the shit gets deep. They'll move you over here and they'll give you a job and they'll give you a salary, right? In their contract, and they're not explaining this to people all the way through. If you do not satisfy that contract, you are about to be in debt because we're going to charge you everything that it is that we paid to move you here if you fuck up and piss us off. So what they're finding out is that they have these people by the balls.
It's a clause within the contract.
Yeah, but no. But you have these people by the balls because first off, where they come from, they're making rupees.
They're not reading contracts.
Well, they're not. It's hidden. It's hidden. Nigga, but most people.
The contract is crazy.
But it's still taking advantage of people. Like, check it out. Because let's say you realize that the guy that's working next to you is only putting in his 80 hours a week, getting his salary paid, and going home. He's an American. 80 hours every 2 weeks. Yeah. 80 hours. 80
salary? You're crazy.
80 hours.
I'm gonna be making $100K.
80 hours every 2 weeks.
Fuck that.
80 hours every 2 weeks. He's putting in his 40-hour weeks and going home. You, on the other hand, you were moved to this country and we're like, hey, it's not like they're telling them they have to do the work, but they're walking past their desk and they're going, hey, we need you to. No, we need you to stay.
Shame if you had to go back home.
We need you to stay a little extra to knock out this. So, like, some of them have been reported working 8. Some of them have been reported working over 80 hours a week.
People are typically so inclined to do that, or more likely to be inclined because of like the position that they are in now because of this company. Like,
yeah, but it's taking it. But it's
they could be back in fucking India.
But it's literally
with the must smell.
But some of them do want to do that. Some of them are like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth my mental to be working this hard. I'll just go somewhere else.
Now you're in debt, bitch.
Now you're in debt. 12 grand to the fucking Amazon.
12 grand's not crazy. I thought you were gonna say a lot more than that.
12 grand just for the move. That's not what.
That's not surprising. That's surprising actually. I thought you were gonna say like 40 something.
No, nigga, 12
from India to the United States.
That, nigga, you're not bringing none of your shit from over there. It's all dirt and infested with bugs, nigga. No, listen, 12 grand to a nigga who's going to have to go back to a country where the rupee doesn't equal $1.
It's like 160 rupees to $1.
Yeah, so nigga, so how much does he owe you realistically in his own money? $400,000. Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Of his money, like even if he goes back home, and then now you're black, and then now they're blacklisted because
he save up for that. Like he's kind of, because I imagine he's making bread over here.
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he's in a job to where they're gonna move him, you know what I'm saying, over here.
They just moved 2 of these guys over here, and all
like he's gonna be working in a fucking mail office. You know
no. They'll probably be engineers, but where they're gonna tell you
he's making money though.
But we're gonna tell you that you're gonna be a low level engineer, and part of your money is gonna be us using that money to get you over here. So you're not gonna make as much your first year. You got to get through your first year contract.
Okay, but that's 12 grand, you said. Like 12 grand is light. He's gonna be making 70, 80 starting out. Like
so he's gonna be making 60, maybe.
He's gonna be making more than that.
No, 60. Because we just paid the 12 bands to move you over here. So let's say you just did 7.
What are you doing with 60 bands in a year?
I make 60 bands.
You just came. No, what I'm saying, you just came to the United States where you had over there where you had nothing. Now you got 60.
Now you're moving over here
in a year, nigga. What are you doing?
Well, but you're coming over here where we're already hiking up the prices. Wait, nigga.
You should be saving your money. Is what I'm saying.
Where the fuck are you gonna save that? You ain't got nobody to stay with. Who?
Apartment, nigga.
Yeah, so you're gonna get an apartment. Do you know how much the average apartment is running right now?
I'm looking for it. Yes, nigga.
Yeah.
I know.
So then how? So
$1,800 is
okay. It's light. Is that light?
No, that's a lot. Nigga.
Yeah, but that's light. That's light. No, that's a lot of money. But it's light.
If he's coming from India and he's coming to the United States, that nigga needs a bedroom. That nigga don't need no crazy shit like this.
But
that nigga
who
needs
the
a
fuck
bedroom.
wants to move somebody from another country into their house? No, most of these
No,
motherfuckers.
I'm just saying like a 1-bedroom apartment.
But most of them,
like
but when they're moving
$1,200.
over here, when they're moving them over here, they come to places like this. Like we have 4 of them that just moved into here. So they because they get they don't. So what happens is the company wants you to work in certified living places. So the company literally has their own like realtors, and the realtors go out and they scout the area because they want you to live in places that are close to the job and more upscale because they don't want because you're working with the government. We don't want you to be somewhere where shit can be taken. They're not. They're setting you up before you get here. They're setting you up. They're saying this is where you're gonna stay.
And that's
your
fault. That's what I'm saying.
No, nigga.
That is your fault. Nigga,
Well,
how are you smart enough to be an engineer? Yeah, you can't understand like the concept of you being
nigga, because you're looking because
like,
what I'm saying,
nigga didn't even scrub a contract. Like, come on,
nigga, yeah, but you're trying to get the fuck out of piss poor India. Like I'm taking the first thing smoking too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm tired of being hot. I'm tired of walking around with no shoes, and I'm tired of eating with my hands.
I get it. What I'm saying that's not a bad trade up though. Like especially you're
listen. Wait. I'm not
saying
but you're not taking home 60 bands a year. You're not taking nowhere near that because first off, Uncle Sam's getting his cut off grip. You know Uncle Sam's coming through. Yeah, we need ours. Yeah, but then on top of that, like they're gonna hook you up with a place like this. What'd you just say? $1,800 a month?
I don't even think so. I don't even think
this.
Nah, when I'm saying like. As far as like somebody who's coming here on a work visa, they don't get taxed internationally. Yeah. As a citizen, because they're not a citizen.
Yeah, but they still get taxed when you come over here on customs.
Yeah, but they don't. What I'm saying is they don't get taxed the same so they wouldn't have to pay. Whereas if I was a single independent or a single male making $60,000 in the United States and I was a United States citizen, I would have to pay maybe around $9,000 for that. They would have to pay less. Is what I'm saying. Because they're not a United States citizen because they're here on work visa.
Fucking.
But what I'm saying is you could be paying less for rent.
You could if you knew the area and your job was allowing you to do that, but the job part of the
they can't tell you where you can and can't live.
No, bro, but they have. I
get they have all of that.
Listen, you're not listening because I'm telling you, I've watched it happen. I've watched the process go on, and I've talked to these people, and they're telling me how it's working.
I get it. But
the people that you're going
in those places.
These are the approved places that Blue Origin said that you can live, and if you don't, then you don't sign the contract, and we're not moving you. And that's exactly what they're
tell them where they have to live. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, they can, because it's a government because they're working hand in hand with the government, just like the government.
If they work for Amazon.
Blue Origin is part of the space program. They work on the government. They work on the platform. You have to have a clearance to even get on post.
You just said they're an engineer.
Yeah, they are for Blue Origin. Do you know what Blue Origin is? Wait, maybe that's why we're at a different connection.
You just said they're an engineer. Like they're working. They're an IT engineer.
No, they're an engineer.
Okay,
for the space rocket.
Then they're not making $60,000 a year, Marcus. What are you saying? Like they're making way more than that.
I'm telling you, they're not.
What are you saying?
I'm telling you, they're not. I've seen their pay stubs.
Hell no, fuck no, dude. Fuck no,
bro. First off, not every engineer is that. Okay, bro. Like I'm telling you, I'm looking at their pay stubs. Like I get to see it before they move in because they have to qualify to make income.
But you know they're not making $60,000. They're making double that.
No, they're not. Not every engineer is already at the top of the list. When you get on, you're a basic level engineer, so you're gonna get bitch engineer work. Bitch engineer work is like, hey, make sure these rivets are tightened down. Make sure this is tightened down. You're not the guy at the top of the project going.
Even doing that for a company like you're saying, like entry level, they are not making $60,000 a year. That is kind of insane.
No, they were making 72, but
after you were saying they were working for Amazon, like specifically for like an IT engineer, like a software engineer.
Some of them are doing. Some of them are doing computer. Like the girl that just moved in, her name's Anastasia. But her name, but she's making $62,000 a year. She's an IT engineer.
That's understandable.
But the other,
wait. You just said like they're basically a crafts engineer on a space shuttle. space platform, like they can't. Yeah, that's crazy.
So the starting salary for Blue Origin base level engineers is between $68,000 to $76,000 a year.
For what?
For engineer, it's their engineers, their base level engineers.
What type of engineer?
It just says engineer.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're
it's saying mechanical. It's saying
stop. You're saying specifically somebody who's working on the rocket, like somebody who's working, who's doing.
So all Blue Origin
manufacturing application.
No, so that's what I asked you. Do you know what Blue Origin is?
Yes, I know what Blue Origin is.
Okay, so what is Blue Origin's program?
Specifically, like, what do you?
What is?
They have like. You said engineer, which is a broad ass term.
Okay, but what I'm saying is Blue Origin, literally all they're doing, like all the company is doing, is it's there for Amazon's bid for space. That's it. So any job that you get with them, you're out there at their facility. That's literally all you're doing all day long is shit that has to do with them getting these rockets into space. That's it. That's all they're doing.
Okay.
So, every one of them.
So look up what type of engineer that is specifically that does it, because you're saying like a base level mechanical.
Nigga, they call every.
No, like this is what you're trying to do right now. You just looked up engineer, like that could be.
I said Blue Origin. I literally said Blue Origin. I went for that company.
Like, but that's what I'm saying is like specifically what the job description is not matching up with the pay salary you're talking about right now.
What?
And I know that specifically.
I didn't say that he was the nigga that was fastening down the rocket.
That's literally what you just said.
I just said he works on rockets. Like he works on rockets.
And he's making $60,000 a year, bro. There's no way, bro.
Oh my god.
If he's working on the rocket, you think he's making $60,000 a year?
Nigga, everybody is working on the rocket. Like just because you're not the nigga that's doing the combustion, just because you're not the nigga that's doing before it gets to the actual rocket part, Mac. There's the boards, there's the rivets, there's everything else that you have to do to put the rocket together. It's just not a rocket off rip. So you have to do the fins, you have to do the metal fabrication, you have to do all of that. All of those people are called engineers because you're a rocket engineer. And you have to start at the lowest level. So he's an engineer working on the rocket.
And those people, entry level engineers that are doing that, are not making $60,000 a year is what I'm telling you.
Okay. And
like
if
you were to just tell me like, which initially what I thought you were saying was he was a software engineer. That's what I was talking about originally.
Okay, so what engineer do you want? You want a manufacturing engineer?
I want you to look up the job description that you were just telling me that they're doing.
Okay, but everybody, but I didn't say he was the nigga that was launching the rocket. I just said he's working on the rocket.
Working on the rocket.
So working on the rocket.
Whatever that is, and then look up the salary.
Okay, so I'm looking up mechanical rocket engineer. I'm gonna tell you what that is. Does that sound good enough for you?
I mean, if that's what that job description is, then sure. Right? But all I'm saying is like it's not matching up with what you're saying.
Okay, so, but with that,
we're trying to add.
Okay, so I'm trying to find a common ground. I'm asking you, what job title would you like me to have in order for you to feel accomplished?
You brought it up, bro. You're the one that's talking about it. So I'm just trying to say that what you're saying doesn't add up.
Okay, but I'm pulling up the jobs right now. So I'm asking you.
Job description.
Okay, so mechanical engineer. Your job duties will entitle fabrication, repairs, and a couple other things. So like bitch duties, like cleaning up.
Engineer.
Mechanical.
Okay, for Blue Origin.
Yes.
So what is the starting salary for that?
Starting salary is 72 base pay, 72, all the way up to 80. It says 83.2.
That's barely believable. That's more than $60,000.
Okay, but after taxes is what I said. After taxes.
That's not what you said.
The first time, bro, literally the first time we said it, you said 72,000. I said, let's take 72 and say after taxes. So your take home is 60. Literally everything I just said.
No, you said originally they were taking off $12,000 for the move.
So they're taking off $12,000 for, okay, so $12,000 for the move. So we didn't even get the taxes. So even if he's making the 82, the 84, you take away the 12,000 for the move.
Right.
What's he at? The 70 mark. Okay, so now he's at the 70 mark.
Right.
Now you're taking another $2,000 a month, roughly, because, like I said, because you're working on the space program, they only give you these qualified places to live. Like, you have to live in some of these locations.
What I'm saying is, like, they literally can't tell you where you have to live.
It's part of your contract. It's part of the contract that you're signing. They don't tell you where to live. They say, here's your list of options on places that you can pick. You can pick one, but if you don't want to live in any of these places, then we'll just find somebody else to take the contract. And I'm telling you that's how it works because there's been 6. Well, actually, we have another 2 people moving in, so we'll be at 8 Blue Origin peoples that are coming to work here. SpaceX does a similar one, but SpaceX, they say they're more lenient. After you work with the company for a year, you can go live wherever you want. But your first year under contract, you're the most watched. You're the most like they literally don't want you to do anything that could jeopardize their mission goal. So it's just like working for the government. They're like, you need to be here.
Yeah, but living within a certain confines, I guess, if that's how you want to put it, doesn't.
But anyway, what I'm saying is, here's what their rent's going to have to be for at least their first year. So I'm saying, where the fuck are they saving money? Because
what do you mean? They have ample money to save. That's what I'm saying.
Because
they're especially if, like you adamantly put there, they come from being over there eating with their hands. Like they're used to not having much in the first place. So they have now more.
But what I'm saying is, if you're paying $2,000, even if you're making 6, let's say the 7, let's put it at the high end. Let's say you're bringing home the 70, but after taxes, I know you're not bringing home the 70 because the tax rate isn't that
taxing them like $5,000.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's because whereas if I was
how much does an overseas worker get charged in America for working in America?
Because if I was an independent male,
what's the tax rate for an overseas foreigner working in America if his income is $80,000 a year?
I want to look up the percentage federally that they're being taxed.
So the U.S. What's the federal income tax? No, not just income tax. We want the full tax rate. What's the federal tax rate for somebody who's a foreigner working in the United States?
According to UW Finance, University of Washington, in most cases, a foreign national is subject to federal withholding tax on U.S. source income at a standard flat rate of 30%.
30%. So he's getting 30%. So way more than what you just said. By a lot. 30% of 60?
There's no way.
Nigga, that's it.
There's no way.
That's
no
it.
Taxing them 30%.
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yes. That's why I've been telling you the government has not been spending our money wisely. They don't give a fuck. They've just been spitting in our face. It literally just told you. That's from the U.S. That's from the U.S. Treasury.
That's not. No.
It's from the U.S. Treasury.
30%.
30%,
Of
nigga.
their annual income.
Of their annual income.
That's not true. Fuck no. They can't. No. Hell no. Fuck hell no. They're not taxing.
They are.
No, they're not. That 30% is insane.
You're working
They
here.
can't get away with 30%.
Why couldn't they?
They definitely cannot because they're not even a U.S. citizen, bro.
Yeah, so if you don't pay it, then we'll just send you back home and you won't have the job. That's why they're able to bend people. That's the way the government works. That's the way the government and these companies are doing these people.
Fuck no. Bro.
Yeah, you're saying fuck no, but I've been telling you this whole time. This is what they're doing to these people.
Even if they are taxing them that much, which I highly doubt.
Nigga, they just told you.
Like, fuck.
And that's the IRS. Bro, that's your problem. Like, you just be like, nah, don't believe
Because
it.
you just look up shit on Google and shit. Like, you don't do any actual.
Nigga, this is from the tax department.
Like, the first thing you look up isn't always, like, valid.
Nigga, this is from the IRS. It's from the IRS.
Like,
It's on here. Foreign nationals are subject to 30%.
that's a generalized statement.
They're charged flat, so it means
30%.
30% flat. It doesn't mean if you make it $16 an hour, we're charging you 30%, and if you're making $100,000, we're charging you 30%. Does not matter.
That is cap.
Yeah, because you don't have, like you said, you don't have Social Security because you're not a U.S. citizen. You're not gonna have Social Security, medical, or whatever. So, but we need to make sure that we are taxing you because you're taking a job away from our citizens. So it makes sense. We're taking 30% of whatever the fuck you want, or whatever you make. We're giving you 30%. 18. If he's at the 6,000 mark, it's $18,000
So he's at $45,000
for the year,
which
not including the cost of groceries, transportation back and forth to work because he's gonna get a car because they all get cars. They say they're like, oh, you don't have to get a car, but you know if you're late to work, then if you're late to work, and
I'm
you're
just doing the math. He has at least saving wise, he has at least.
Well, no, because you have to account the car. Because I was doing it like you were. I was like, oh, you still got plenty of money.
I'm gonna accounting
have
for
to
all of that. What I'm saying is he's taking home.
Okay,
he's
so when
saving-
you're accounting the car, but wait,
he's
when
saving
you're
at least $5,000 to $10,000.
when you're accounting for the car, you got to account for the insurance, the registration, and this is all in your first year. But wait, are you accounting for the car with the fact that he has no credit in America, so they're about to charge him an arm and a leg? Because what? Okay, so what? How much do you have been paying on the car? Because I can tell you right now.
What you're not accounting for is like you said, the company is helping him get lodging or whatever. They're gonna have some type of system for him to get medical
Benefits included inside your
a vehicle.
medical will be taking out of
What
your.
I'm saying is a vehicle.
No, they're not.
transportation,
Listen,
like,
you're saying that they're doing all this. I'm telling you, I'm working with
I
these
said
people.
we haven't accounted for that. I'm not saying
Okay, but what I'm
we're
saying is this is what they help you do. They tell you this is where you're supposed to live, and the company will tell you because the 4 people that I've talked to about it, because I was like, damn, I bet that job is nice. The 4 guys that I've talked to about it that are from overseas that are living at this complex right now told me the same thing. They're like, it sounds good on paper. And one of them said, I'm really only doing it for the first year so that I can try to apply for my citizenship. And he's like, if they renew my contract,
you can't apply for citizenship.
no, he's hoping to get married.
That's it. Like,
that nigga's
you
hoping.
live here.
But no, after you work here for,
You have to live here for at least 14 years.
he said, well, he's hoping to get citizenship
through marriage. That's the
through
only
marriage
way.
or no. He said that he's only doing this first contract. Let me not misquote him. He said, I'm going to do my first contract with them. He goes, I'm hoping that I can get on with SpaceX because they treat people a little bit better. But
Still not gonna get citizenship.
But he's like, well, I mean, you can apply for citizenship on a work visa, and you can go through the process. You don't have to be here a certain amount of time. You just have to go.
You have to be.
You just have to go through the immigration status,
Yeah,
the
but
immigration
you have-
system.
But part of that is you have to be within. You have to dwell within the country that you're applying for. I don't know if it's 14 years anymore, but it used to be 14 years. I think they
It's not that. It's definitely not that
I think
anymore.
they reduced it to like 13 years, but either way, you have to live here for a certain amount of time. If you're a foreign national here on a work visa, that's assuming your work visa doesn't expire and you've just been working here and they keep.
So in the United States, the law was reduced to 2.5 years if you work for a government agency,
Where are
and
you looking this up at?
immigration.com, like immigration status, immigration laws, United States, USCIS.gov, literally their website. 5 years. 5 years, and you're considered a lawful permanent resident without even applying. After you apply, so if you've been here,
But are you registered?
but
as
at
a
5, at 5 years, you can apply for. You're technically considered a permanent resident. You can apply for citizenship immediately, and usually takes between 15 to 30 months to hear back. But at that point,
I bet it does.
at that point, you, depending on your background, at that point, you're basically considered whatever. So you can apply for this one. This section says you can apply for permanent. You can apply for permanent status after a year of being here, but your chances of being accepted are going to be slim, or basically none. It says chances of being accepted are almost 0.
Okay, so you have to. What I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying, but we keep going off on other things. What I'm saying is they literally have these guys bent over the barrel. Like, these guys are engineers. These guys are like whatever. But still, all I was getting at, the entire point of this entire discussion was literally to hone in on the fact that this company is fucking hip.
Not because they're stupid. Honestly, like, these people are not really.
I mean, honestly,
They're
no,
not
no,
reading
because
the
like you said,
contract.
no, because like you said, it is getting them out of a shitter position
Granted,
because
Granted, I don't know what position they're coming from. I imagine from what I've seen or heard, it's not the best.
bruh, India
Living
just sucks.
conditions- Huh?
I said India just sucks. So anything,
Well,
anything that's not the hellhole, I think is better.
I mean, yeah, but you're.
That's jumping out of the fire and into the
You're
pan.
sitting out.
Instead of jumping out of the pan and into the fire, we're jumping out of the fire into the pan because, like, yeah, this shit's still gonna hurt, but it
The
hurts
pan
less
is
than
on
me.
the fire, nigga. What are you
Huh?
talking about? The pan is on the fire.
Yeah, but would you rather just be getting burned or just being like
I'd rather
singed
be
up?
dead as quick as possible.
That's quick. Shut the fuck
Like,
up,
when you-
nigga. But you get the
the
meaning
suffering
behind.
was crazy, but like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, they are stupid for
I mean, it's not a stupid. No, overall, it's not
accepting
stupid.
this.
It's
like,
not a stupid move
They're
because
putting themselves in this position, is what I'm saying. Like, they
no.
So
All
for
I was
them to,
saying,
like, say like, oh, it's not that great, or like,
all I'm saying is,
You chose this.
all I'm saying is, yeah, but first off, it's a better position. So I mean, it's a net positive. It's just
I
not.
don't think there's better positions.
Probably not. Probably not. Because companies like that aren't going to bring foreign workers in unless they think they can get away with shit like that. Why? Because let's be honest, you're going to be hard pressed to find Americans that don't want to work. You're going to be hard pressed to find Americans that know their worth and are actually good at their job to work for what it is you think we should work for. Because a nigga can't tell me what I'm supposed to work for now. Like I'm literally about to leave this job just because I know I'm worth more and they won't give me more. And now I'm about to leave this job and they're gonna be shitty because I'm the best maintenance supervisor that they had. Probably be the best. I would have been the best regional they've ever had. But literally just got my offer letter. I already did that. It's for the military home inspection shit, so I can't wait to be traveling. I'm definitely gonna buy me a GoPro, get ready for the vloggings and everything. Buy me one of the little vests, be out there just spitting game at hoes. Bro, I'm loose, bro.
Traveling too.
Touchdown because hell, touchdown because hell.
That's crazy, bro. Just thinking about traveling. I don't know. I don't mind traveling, but like I don't miss that shit, bro. Honestly, when I did that shit a lot, like
Yeah, but before I was having to do it, I had to
I
sit.
hated the airports. I'm not gonna lie, the fucking airports.
Yeah, bro, but I'm just go ahead and apply after my background check comes
I
through.
know.
I'm gonna have
fast TSA.
Say, well, no, but I get the government, and I'm not gonna be flying, on tickets that I'm paying. They're flying me first class because
I get it.
Yeah,
Still,
it's a different.
Sucks.
It's a different.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
it'll be alright.
you say that until you gotta be at the fucking airport for like 4 hours because your flight got delayed or some shit. you gotta sit in that bitch. It's like 2:30 in the morning. Ain't nobody in that hole.
But I'm getting paid. But I'm getting paid the entire time. Is all I'm gonna think to myself. I'm gonna be like, damn, $38 an hour to sit here.
I was getting paid too. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, no, yeah, but
shit
we were getting paid pennies on the dollar. Now we're getting paid fucking.
Oh, I was getting bread. I ain't gonna lie. When I was working offshore.
Offshore, yeah, offshore is different. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, but you were also going to a place where then you were getting on a boat and being offshore away from people.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that sucks, but the traveling is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's only because but I'm saying, like, for me, I think it's gonna be different only because I'm flying out to a place where after I get there, I'm gonna be here for like a stint of time, and I'm gonna be here, and I'm not gonna be alone. So I'm not gonna dread going to that place, and it's never gonna be the same place. Like sometimes we're gonna be going to like. He told me, he's like, so we have planned, they have us on docket to go to Korea. Can't wait to go there. And then Japan, can't wait to go to, and Japan.
Where?
Huh?
Korea. Hold on. Where in Korea? South Korea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're doing military.
Hype, nigga. I'm like, Korea.
Military house inspections. Yeah. I'm going to.
Korea would be insane, bro.
I would love to go there too. Fuck it.
Hell no. Fuck that.
All right,
you fuck around, talk to the wrong girl, you're gonna get killed. They're gonna drop a nigga.
That's okay. I'll be the one that got their ass rolled. It's fine. If I gotta be a martyr, if that's what I'm remembered for, being the one
starting the war,
being the one that got that fat nigga dropped off.
We went in there because of Marcus fucking Freitas.
Boy, all the people in North Korea gonna be out there saluting my statue, nigga. I'm sitting there right there with the bitch in my arm, just.
No way. Grab your bitch.
They gonna have me like this in the statue. You see? Asian people out there taking pictures. That's it.
I was just watching the documentary of World War II, bro. That shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I like that shit though, like just the history, everything that.
I thought you were about to say the war, like how like I don't know, bro. I think we need another one of those.
That's a crazy ass statement.
I think we need another one. Everybody's soft.
I don't think that's necessarily gonna do it. All you bitches out there, we just need another war. That's what it is. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean that. Take that. Yeah. World War III. I hope and pray that it never happens. Losing any amount of life over matters that we can just talk about. I don't understand how it comes to a point to where people get so full of themselves that we have to like sacrifice hundreds of thousands of millions of people in a senseless war. You know what I'm saying? And just to come to the same conclusions that we could have come to diplomatically. I don't know. It's kind of insane to think about. But we thrive off war, so I don't know.
Just need to go back, bro. Like that's what happened. Everybody's too.
You will say you just want to throw away hundreds of thousands of
I
lives.
don't want to, but everybody has.
Saying, like,
Everybody has gotten to, no. Listen, everybody has gotten too comfortable, and think shit can't go south again.
Do you know the statistic of how many people we lost on D-Day?
Absolutely. Yeah, dude. But do you know why we lost so many people on D-Day?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
Yeah,
do
but
you know how many people we lost?
Yeah, but also I don't think we would have that many losses now. Like even if we had a global conflict, we wouldn't have that many losses now. No, hold on, time out. Because one of the biggest reasons that we lost so many people on D-Day
I know.
is because the poor execution
Yes.
at which the operation was carried out.
Yes.
Because we stopped bombarding the beaches
Yes.
an hour before anybody touched land. So literally what happened was they were just dragging niggas dead asses away.
Because
They remanned the gun
they
stations.
because they didn't understand how long
No,
it
we
would
didn't have
take the forces to get
Yeah, because we didn't have, and we also didn't have
because of the mines they set, because of the all of the anti-war.
But we're missing the biggest. We're missing
I get it.
the biggest gap was
It
the fact that
should
we.
not have happened.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're not. Yeah, but you're not listening. The biggest factor in that was the fact that we did not have the ability to communicate as quickly as we did now. So niggas was pulling up to the beach. You couldn't be like, hey, yo, y'all niggas stopped early, right? Because now a nigga would be on that phone. Your commander on the phone talking about why the fuck did y'all stop blowing up the beach?
I'm looking at a cannon, they're about to fire out our ass
Right now. You know what I mean?
Thank you, over.
So fuck us, right? Boom.
Yeah. Come back, we didn't get your last.
A nigga holding his
That's
on.
not funny.
A nigga in the boat behind him and grabbed this shit.
I was learning about all that shit, bro. The British are crazy. Motherfuckers sleep on the British, even though
They got their ass whooped
even
for the
though
first half.
yeah, even though we dubbed
What do you
their
mean
ass,
they crazy?
even though we dubbed their ass in the first one,
Wait.
they're crazy.
What do you mean they're crazy?
No, like their ability, like their capability in just that, like their aerial capabilities.
Well, I mean, at that time, they just had the most advanced Air Force at that time.
No,
I would
they
say-
had the largest. Bro.
Yeah, but
I
they
didn't
also
know how
had
many-
the most.
I didn't know how many planes these niggas had.
But they also had the most advanced. As far as like
'Cause that's what
fighters
they
and shit,
were-
because that's what they was trained in. Them
That's what I'm
niggas,
saying.
them niggas was like, nigga, we in the sky. Like, nigga, that was
Well,
them.
because they're on an island. I get it, but like they had the force that they had behind it was just fucking the carpet bombing they were running, bro. That shit was.
Nigga, that's who you give me kudos to. I give,
No,
kudos,
I'm just saying.
I give kudos to
I
the
didn't
Polish.
know
I know.
how much they contributed, to be real, but the Polish, nah, they got their ass rolled over on.
Not the Polish.
Stalin did their ass
What
dirty.
I'm
bro.
saying. What I'm saying.
I ain't gonna lie. Stalin, the niggas in Russia,
They-
the Soviet Union,
Ca-
them niggas are real, bro.
Canadians? Was it Canadians?
Yes,
It was
yes.
Canadians?
The Canadian Special Forces, they got right on
No,
their
no,
ass.
no, no. The Canadians. What was the other one? It was Poland. No, it wasn't Poland. What's the other one? What's the other one that was the reason for the Geneva Convention?
Poland
Their
got
army.
ran over.
No. Their army got. Yeah, Poland got rolled over. Who the fuck was it? It wasn't Poland.
Oh, I was say Canada was in there. with
Canada.
us. They was locked in there with us. You feel me?
No. Canada was committing war crimes. That's why we have the Geneva Convention now. It's Canada's fault. It's Canada and who else? It's Canada and somebody else.
Probably Germany.
No, it wasn't Germany. No, the Germans are one of the reasons why we have the Geneva
Yeah,
Convention.
that's what I'm saying.
No. They were like, please, can we not do certain shit?
They were committing egregious things on the battlefield.
That
They were just-
not to like.
What
See
do you
this
mean? Nigga,
here. Wait.
They
Here's
had, they had kill camps.
the listen. I'm not saying they didn't do horrible things to people. What I'm saying is, in all reality,
Who was doing work?
Well, here's what I'm gonna say: taking food cans and throwing them over and saying and giving the enemy hope that you're gonna give them food when y'all are both starving to death, and then throwing one can over, gaining their trust, throwing one more can over the next day, and then the third day throwing a bag full of fucking grenades, and they open up the bag and you kill everybody in the church. Nigga, that's fucking diabolical.
Compared to the shit they were doing.
Nigga, that's diabolical though.
Yeah,
that's diabolical.
Bro, they were bringing these people in by the hundreds into these rooms, right? And they didn't know whether they were gonna get a shower or get killed, bro. They were sitting there waiting at the fucking at the spigot or the hose for the water to come out, naked, mind you, cold as fuck, starving, and they didn't know whether they were gonna get killed or get a shower, nigga. That right there, that is demon mode.
Listen, Listen.
Fuck all them niggas.
Nigga, fuck what you're talking about, because here's
that's light compared to what you.
No, because that was one of the lighter things that they were doing. But literally tricking niggas in trenches to think that, hey yo, we're gonna kind of be friendly to you. Like literally, that was written into the Geneva Convention, because on a mental level, nigga, that means that, listen, that's diabolical. Yeah. Like on a mass level, you're just killing, like you're marching people
into demons with demons.
Nigga, I'm not. But that's demons on.
That's not that demon.
That's demons.
That's slight demons.
Anyway, fuck what you talking about. That nigga's wildin', because nigga, imagine
after you seen what they did to your comrades and your brothers in arms. That does not seem that bad to me. Nigga,
listen.
I would be doing way worse shit.
Listen. You can say that. But all I'm saying is that's literally sociopathic. It literally comes down to you going, you teach them the word for food. So they're literally saying, hey, can y'all spare some food? And like, here's the thing. Germany was throwing food back. So they were sharing. They were like, look, you don't have supplies. We don't have supplies. We don't want to. Starving to death ain't the way to go. So we'll throw you food first. Germans were also throwing food back. The Germans learned the word for food, and the Canadians learned the word for food, and they were exchanging food. And then one day, Matt, you're like, damn, we ain't got supplies this week. Food. All of a sudden, them niggas throw a fucking bag, and you run over there to grab that bitch. You pull the fucking strap open. Click, click, boom.
Get that nigga hold.
That nigga said, I can't wait to eat this sample.
I like that. That's crazy.
Shut the fuck up. That's demon as fuck.
Compared to the shit that they were doing.
Nigga, it's hot. Listen,
anyway. I wouldn't even give a fuck.
Here's
that's
the thing.
Ice cream.
Here's the thing that everybody needs to realize. As bad as everything that the Germans did, they weren't on demon time like everybody says. Because here's the cold, honest. Here's the cold, honest truth. I'm not saying that
murdering people that surround.
I'm not saying that what they were doing wasn't bad, but here's the cold, honest truth. Here's the 100%.
It wasn't that bad.
I said compared to what we could have had if Hitler was listen, because you're not letting me finish. You're just like, oh, the nigga, whatever he's about to say doesn't make sense.
No, what I'm about to say, like, your wording is.
No, my wording is correct, because compared to what could have happened. It is like we got like it was terrible. Not saying that it wasn't terrible, but it was light. Because here's the cold, honest truth:
what is worse?
The fact that nigga had access to chlorine gas, which we could not defend against. They used it one time and said, you know what, we won't do that again.
Yeah, why?
Because they chose not to. Because literally, here's the thing: if Germany would have said fuck it and been as devious and as like monstrous as history tries to make them out to be, they would have just covered every battlefield, because no other country had made any steps in developing that gas. They had made no other steps into even combating this gas. There was no stopping it. Your gas mask didn't work. None of it worked. Chlorine gas was literally the deadliest thing on the planet.
Mass produce it. And
yes, they were. They had it mass produced.
They couldn't mass produce it in the time that they needed.
They already had,
and it was affecting their own forces as well.
No, that was yeah. As long as you,
because they couldn't properly transport it to where it was.
What are you saying? They were artillery shelling it, and here's the best part about this is why it was so deadly. They would transport it in artillery shells. And here's the thing: people who say that they didn't have it en masse are wrong, because at the end of the war, they literally found the stockpile of the shit and were like, if they would have deployed this to the fucking Western Front, we would have lost. Every general said the same thing. They were like, they had a warehouse full of this shit and chose not to use it. Had they used it, it's the same reason why they're like, oh, Hitler being incompetent is why we won the war. Because here's the other part, here's the other truth. Had Hitler not split his tank divisions to go fight Russia and America,
fighting on two fronts, yeah.
he would have. He just would have swept.
Nah, it's because he was.
He would have swept. He would have swept.
That part, fighting on two fronts, that wasn't. He had the ability to do that, but what he was not doing was properly utilizing his forces when they were losing.
No,
he didn't.
He didn't let his generals.
He didn't allow them to retreat and strengthen and muster and regather their strength and fight.
That's what I was saying. He was an incompetent. No, he was an incompetent military leader. It just is what it is. But if he was the monster that everybody said he was and let his generals do what they wanted to do, because one of his generals, when they were caught and they interrogated him, he was like, yeah, 12 of us wanted to take the rest of the chlorine gas and just leave it on the fucking Western Front while we took the entire tank division and swept Russia. Because they would, if that, either way, no matter where that
swept Russia.
Whatever, listen, with the amount of tanks and all the amount of fire and the, how as advanced as their tanks were, this is just a historical fact, and every major operations guy says the same thing. If Hitler did not divide his tank divisions and sent whatever front he sent them to, they were sweeping that bitch whole. Because the fact that nigga because the fact that he split his Tigers and his Panzers is why he lost the war.
Strictly because even if he would have done that, the Soviet unit, the Red Army, had superior air capability to intercept those.
No,
yes, they did have them in tanks, but also the Soviet Union, what they did have was multiple rocket systems.
But they're multiple rocket launching systems.
Those were shitting on them, is what I'm saying.
Because they didn't have as many on the front. You have to set up so your multi-rocket launching systems. This is why they lost that front. Their multi-rocket launching systems take time to set up. That's why they were inferior for the first part. When it first broke out, Russia got its ass pushed all the way back because it took too long to set up those fucking batteries. If he would have taken his Tigers and his Panzers and said, fuck it, roll out, they would have swept and not stopped. They literally stopped because he stopped reinforcing.
The reason they stopped was because he divided on three different fronts on the eastern side.
He divided his tank. Like, literally, go look it up. Everybody agrees.
I just watched it, bro.
How many have you watched? Because I've watched.
I literally just spent all day. I woke up at 4 a.m. because I couldn't go to sleep.
Nigga,
I literally was watching it until I was about to come here.
Nigga, what I'm saying is
literally like hours. Of
the breakdown of it is the cold hard truth is the Tigers and the Panzers were shitting on every tank that we had. The Shermans were getting shit on. The Pattinsons were getting shit on. Everything that we had on this side was getting shit on. Right. The opposite side of that was
Russia had an answer for that.
They did not. They really did. That's why the same thing we did is the same thing the Russians did during the war. Every one of us was doing one thing and was blaming the other one for it. Do you know what that thing was?
I don't even know what you just said.
I said they literally neither country had an answer for their tank. For their weapon systems, no country had an answer for it. The only thing that they were beating, the only country that was really beating them as far as technological advancement was the British with their airplanes because their motors were better. And that was only towards the end of the war where the Germans broke out fucking jet engines and started shitting on shit. Because they were the first jet engine creators, period. And they implemented them bitches in planes immediately. And they were literally started dropping shit.
The biggest advantage that Germany had was their technological advancement. Their tanks.
Their air defenses.
Their U-boats as well.
Well, their air defenses. Their anti-air was ahead of its class. They had the first mobile anti-air station.
It wasn't effective enough.
No, it was.
No, it wasn't because they literally got fucking carpet bombed out the ass.
Yeah, carpet bomb is different than literally anti. So
that's
their answer for carpet bombing. The answer for it is in World War II. You're thinking about now. Carpet bombing now can't happen because we have missile systems and anti-air systems that go up that high. Back in the day, they didn't have rockets. They didn't have shit like that. So your only answer for carpet bombs was other planes. When they came out with the jet engines, the carpet bombing stopped.
They didn't have what I'm saying is at that time
They
did
didn't
not
have those, but they're regular
Like,
planes.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's a matter of
But
tactical
British,
ability
yeah,
at the
but
time,
British
like,
was still losing.
and also like the amount of multiple rocket propelled systems that Stalin had would have shit on their shit on their
If it would have
their
shit,
Panther and Tiger front. That's
but
what I'm saying.
but it
Their
didn't.
artillery capability alone was the reason why, and their bombardment of artillery rounds that they were putting on the Germans were shitting on them.
Yeah, after the Germans.
Hold on. They had to retreat their tank units because of those bombardments.
Because of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because the Germans stopped their advance due to the harsh winter, and because they couldn't get reinforcements because Hitler literally
they couldn't get their tanks through, and their tanks.
But Hitler literally stopped. This was before the winter hit. Their first, so Hitler did the right thing. He made a preemptive strike against Stalin because Stalin was already preparing his artillery batteries and everything else on the border. So even if Hitler would have swept all of the other countries, Stalin had already planned on sweeping Hitler from the back. Yeah, so point blank period. In an attempt to stop that from happening, Hitler made the biggest and stupidest mistake he could have ever did.
Well, yeah, because in the spring, what he did was he didn't advance.
And he literally
he didn't advance to.
He made it almost to Moscow. He made it to Moscow.
Yeah.
He took all the way to Moscow.
But he divided his forces.
That's what I'm saying. That's
down to the south, and because he didn't advance his forces
and
at that time, the winter came through, and
if he would have reinforced his tank divisions, every major strategist says the same thing. If he would have reinforced his tank divisions, Russia would have never gotten anywhere close because his tank divisions had to stop because they didn't have replacement parts. They didn't have all this. Like, you're still in a world war, nigga. Like, they need these parts. We need other tanks. Well, you have the best tank commanding crews.
No, what the thing was though is that they were running out of oil supply
because
so they weren't. He sent half of his tank units down south to
exactly, and then he split
to Romania, and he was trying to get or seize their oil fields and their oil tanks to resupply that.
Exactly,
resupply that front.
But then he also made the biggest blunder. They call it Hitler's blunder. All of his commanders were inside the same room, and he said, "We're gonna split our tank divisions." And everybody at that table looked at that nigga and said,
"No,
what?
Sacked.
What?
Sacking the ass.
Yeah, bro. No, he was just
Sacked.
executing a stupid ass, bro. But listen, bro. Like if he really and I hate to say that because it makes it sound like I'm on the monster side. But literally, if anybody else, if Napoleon would have been in charge of that, Napoleon won.
I don't disagree.
Napoleon won everything.
If he would have, even if he would have took.
No, because once he got Russia, so literally what happened, the reason why they pushed so far as to Moscow is they literally took control of. He was like, his generals were smart. They were like, look, if we take all the way to Moscow, the part all the way to Moscow that they took control of was the major manufacturing hub for Russia. So if he would have finished off the Russian forces with his entire tank unit, by the time the tanks made it back through, you would have lost. They say he probably would have lost more than 50% of the Western Front, right? Just by the time he got done. By the time you let them sweep Russia, we've already lost 50%. So they're already close to Germany. So we think we're gonna lose. But by the time you got all those tanks repaired and sent back to this way, because you done wiped out this force. Nigga, you was up.
They were retreating on a mass.
Yeah, because they didn't have.
Stalin was on their ass. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's because he gave them the break. He gave them the break before the winter because he was a fucking idiot.
No, he didn't give them a break. It was a matter of the winter came through and he wasn't properly.
Because he told his forces. He told his forces to stop. He said, "Stop right where you are. We need to send half the tank division down to Romania and the other half of the tank division to the Western Front to try to hold off the Americans." And everybody sat there going, motherfucker, they can push through the rest of Russia during the spring.
Because at that time, we weren't even involved at that time.
Yes, we. No, that was right after he found out. Because when he decided to split the tank divisions, is right after.
By the time Hitler was taking over most of Russia, we weren't in the war yet. It wasn't until
Yeah, he's put a stop. No. Whoa, time out.
Yeah.
No, you're getting that confused. We were already. His truce with Stalin fell apart after we joined the war because he attacked Stalin on by himself. He started that engagement like a dumbass. We were already in, which is why they call it his falling. Because if we never got involved, right? Like say Japan never came over there, never got involved. You were winning. Like he was winning. You were up. He was up.
I don't even think.
Yeah, he was definitely up.
No, I don't think we would have won.
Yeah, he was.
Even if we didn't get involved, I don't think.
He would have won because he already had Italy on his side. He would have won because all the major powers were basically under his control. The only one left was the England. Germany was already allied with Italy, and Italy was the other major power at that time as far as the military force.
Okay, maybe ground forces.
No, like just overall for power because Italy was so massive, like it just whatever Italy didn't own, Germany owned the rest of it.
They had a geographical advantage.
Whatever Italy didn't own, whatever Germany didn't own, Italy owned the rest, and then it helped Hitler's point because now he basically had the papacy, the Pope, saying, "Oh, Germany's correct. So all of his forces were like boosted because they're like, "Oh, this is for God." So nigga, but Mussolini was under Hitler's thumb. If America didn't get involved, we don't defeat Italy because we're the reason Italy fell. And the reason why we're the reason Italy fell is for two reasons. One, our government is dirty as shit. They were like, okay, Mussolini don't even run in Italy. The mob families really run Italy. So they were getting together with most of the mob families that were over here that had real ties over there. And they were like, hey, have your relatives support us taking over the country. And when we take over the country, we'll make sure that your government instills.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
less
even if he didn't get
sanctions.
involved, he still would have been fighting on two fronts because he still would have had Britain, and then he still would have had
Britain.
He still would have had Stalin. He would have still had Stalin sweeping.
As far as military effort though, like all shout out to Britain. They did their thing. They held off. There was no fucking. No. There was no fucking way
like
because
they're right there by Germany.
Yeah, but there was no fucking way. There was absolutely no fucking way they were winning that without us. Part of the reason we won is because we brought aircraft carriers. We brought we destroyed their fucking navy. Like as much as and I give it out. The British were holding their fucking own. They were doing what they had to do. They was laying down lives and niggas was dying.
It's really our ground forces that did a lot.
Like nigga, we was about that.
We threw that hundreds of thousands of bodies at it.
Yeah, nigga, like we threw shit at the wall till it stuck, nigga. Like
until they ran out of shit to shoot us with.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Like we literally over.
And as big as Britain is, and as much as I would like to say, they were already pushing the limit of what they could do as far as like bodies. Like they were already like even once we joined the war, they started bringing niggas home because they were like almost every able-bodied man was in the fucking war. Like if you were 16 years old, your ass was shipped the fuck out. Grab a gun and grab a shovel, nigga. You're in a trench. Like nigga, like this is just what it is because these niggas was already landed because they had already landed on
I
British
also
soil.
I don't think
They had control of France.
I don't think Hitler would have been able to advance much after.
Oh no, dude! Like you said, he had the U-boats, he had all that, and like the sad part is, if we didn't get involved, his technological advancements coming out quicker.
He's gonna take. You're saying he's gonna take Russia? He's gonna take China?
He's gonna take Korea. Well, he didn't have to take China because here's the thing. Here's the part that people don't understand. That's why I'm asking, like, how much did you watch? Japan was whooping the dog shit out of all those countries.
Yeah.
Japan was knocking China's ass off. Japan was knocking Korea's ass off. Japan was knocking Taiwan's ass off. Anything that had to do with Asia, Japan was on their ass. Which is why after the war, we said they couldn't have a military again. Because we started finding the documents of the experimentations and shit that they were doing. And you think Hitler had a problem? Them niggas from the Red Sun was out there tripping. They literally had laboratories, nigga, where they were cutting Chinese people in half and seeing if you could sew them back together and how long they would live. Nigga, just for experimentation. Like they were.
The Germans were doing shit like that.
Nigga, yeah, but no, but nigga, no. Like literally, it's widely
trying
known.
to clone humans. Nigga.
Hitler heard what Hitler, yeah, cloning humans. Hitler heard what the Japanese were doing, and Hitler said, "We want no parts of it." Like nigga, go look up. I can't remember the name of the camp, but I watched the movie. where they started declassifying some of the documents from that camp. Nigga, these niggas in Japan was on some devious. So they literally would take human brains, take people, snatch their brain out, put a monkey brain in it, and see how long the body would live. Or take your brain out, put it in a monkey's. Let's see how long that body can live inside the monkey brain, inside the monkey body. Or chop your head off. Let's sew it onto a chimpanzee's body. Like niggas was just out there tripping. They were like, nigga was sitting in the back room going, "What evil shit can we do today?" I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that they weren't bad.
They was putting niggas in a room with radioactive gas and shit. Like,
nigga, yeah, but if you're asking me, you're like, hey, yo, do you want to go to the camp where you might be gassed out, or you want to go to the camp where they're gonna try to sew your lower half onto Matt's body? Gas me.
You're gonna die an agonizing death, nigga.
Either way,
or die a quick death.
That's not a quick death.
No, they were half. You're gonna die.
No, nigga, they were keeping them niggas alive. Like, so one of the longest surviving patients that they had for the head transplant was 36 hours confirmed. They had like black and white video and like pictures of this nigga like walking around and like doing puzzles. Like, I was like, these niggas are fucking devious.
Nigga had to die to do a brain transplant.
Yeah, no, it's his brain still moved. Like, yeah, but he's like, nigga, like, no, I'm good. I don't want to be the nigga they found out. I had to die to figure it out. Nigga, because they bring you in the room and then they bring the chimpanzee in the room and y'all both strapped to the bed and you looking at the monkey and the monkey looking at you. No, absolutely not.
I'll take the slow gas, nigga.
I'm
gas.
taking that bitch in, boy.
No way. I'm taking
that bitch in, boy. Like
you say that, so that shit hit your ass. You're like,
I know I'm dying regardless, nigga. I'm not about to try to suffocate.
It's like when you was in there and it was like, recite the Soldier's Creed. He was like, I can get through half this bitch. I didn't get through the first line, nigga.
Ooh.
Niggas was choked up. I am a warrior. Niggas and that bitch died. That shit was funny, bro.
Listen, bro. All I'm saying is, I'm not like it's nothing to Germany.
Nah, that chlorine shit is crazy.
That chlorine gas is wild, nigga. Like if he really wanted to be a fucking menace to society, he could have dropped all that shit over there while he took care of it.
Worse than mustard gas.
It's way worse. Like chlorine gas is banned right now in the Geneva Convention because that's why they were just mad at Syria for dropping this shit. They were like, y'all know better, nigga. That's how devious that shit was.
Shit's terrible.
Yeah, brother, because there's no defending against it. You know what the only defense against it is? The only semi-defense?
Water.
No.
Yeah, water.
No, nigga.
Massive amounts of water.
No.
Like if it rained.
No, nigga, I'm talking about if it's actively deployed in your location. Do you know what the only plausible, like, semi-worked situation was? Niggas was pissing in rags and putting it on their face and breathing through that. That was it. Because the ammonia and the piss would bond with the chlorine chemicals and they would, like, neutralize it somewhat. Those were the only niggas that survived. Like, that was the best option they had at the time.
Yeah, but it's like a poison once it gets into your respiratory system.
Yeah, like, you're not gonna, I'm not saying you're living, nigga. I'm just saying, like, you're gonna breathe less of it in. That's all you can hope for at that point, nigga. You was fucked either way. It's like the shell come down, you see that shit, you're like, oh, well, we're dead anyway.
I mean, if you have because even if you have a gas mask,
Even if you had the sealed containment
it
suits,
affects
nigga.
it affects your skin. But no, if you had
No, the sealed containment suits, it was getting through that shit too because we didn't have the air filters that were advanced enough to catch it on a molecular level because fucking chlorine on a molecular level, the atoms are too fucking small for the filtration systems that we had back then. Now it's not a problem. Now we can filter that shit, keep it pushing. Back then, we didn't have active charcoal fucking filtration systems, nigga. We had take a bunch of cloth and leather that shit on top of each other and call it a filtration system, nigga. That was it, nigga. You seen them big ass looking stupid.
He's like, why is my mask not working? I'm still dying.
That's just not funny. That's terrible, actually.
The mask will still die, nigga.
Nigga, would you rather be the idiot with the mask on or the idiot looking at the nigga with the mask on laughing at his stupid ass?
We're dead anyway.
He got, which one you want to be?
We're both idiots, nigga. We're both dumb as fuck right now.
Matt gonna look at him and be like, what you laughing at? You dying too, bitch. At least I tried.
That's crazy. I'm running away from that shit.
You can't, that was the worst part about it. The first couple times using it, nah.
I'm getting upwind, nigga.
So you gonna run through the gas to get to the other side of the gas?
I hope the bitch is in my back. I'm running back. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna hit the water, nigga.
Bro, yeah, but Germany pretty much owned all that, like, that's the part that people don't understand. Like, that was the second time Germany did that shit, and the second, honestly speaking, and I know it sounds fucked up, but honestly, I think if they would have had a commander like Napoleon, Germany would have won that war. I don't think America would have gotten involved if they had a general like Napoleon, like somebody with Napoleon's mentality. He wouldn't have ever stepped foot on America because Germany didn't plan to come on this side of the world at all. Period. They were just like, fuck it, we'll just control this side of the world and keep it kosher.
I mean, they definitely had plans.
Once
he had conquered all of Europe,
he was
going into Africa.
He was going to go into Africa. He was conquering everything on that side. He said everything that was over here. They wanted nothing.
You don't believe he would have came to you? Are you serious? Like,
if by the time, my thinking on this is by the time he got all of that conquered, because he was going to have to divide his power anyway. It was going to if let's say he conquered Russia, the rest of the European Union. You still had Italy he was going to have to contend with. And if he turned on Italy, then we would have gotten involved at that point. But you were going to have to contend with Italy, and you were going to have to contend with Japan. And despite what everybody believes, I think the Japanese Navy would have put the fucking German Navy underwater. Because the Japanese Navy was fucking up the American Navy, and we were pumping ships out 3 to 4 times faster than the German Navy could. Which is why we were able to keep up with it. But they was whooping our ass over there in that Pacific. Nigga, they was over there giving niggas the business. The fucking Congo battleship alone was out there dropping shit off.
I mean, they had major strategic geological advantage.
But a lot of it came down to the fact that them motherfuckers in them boats, their destroyers were really on one.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't make shit out. Like, niggas make fun of the Japanese all the time. They didn't make shit else good. But them niggas, when it came to battleships, was on one. And America didn't know. Like, we did not know. Like, fuck the strategic and everything. We thought that their boats were going to be less capable than our boats.
Wow.
And we took our ass over there being a little bit too friendly, like too balls deep. That's why they sunk 2 of our, I think they sunk 2 of the air carriers at the beginning of the fucking, what's it called? Theater. Yeah, at the beginning of the theater, we lost 2 fucking aircraft carriers to fucking Congos alone. It was, I think it was 2 sets of 5 Congos. It wasn't just alone, but they had other ships supporting them. But fucking Congos were just rapping shit down, nigga, because they had good anti-air defense, not the best. But planes back then didn't have the fuel system that they had now, so you had to go back to refuel. And their weapon system wasn't like the ones we have now, so niggas was having to try to dive bomb and trying to dive bomb at them niggas. Boy, howdy. Them niggas had enough. Have you seen one of them fuckers? The Congos? Like, just what they look like? The bitch looked like a gun floating.
Oh, the boat they had?
The big ass battleships with all the fucking weapons on it. The bitch look. It's not even a ship, nigga. It's just this much boat. Just guns sticking out the top of that. That bitch looked like a floating weapon system.
Yeah, we made destroyers to
Yeah, we made our destroyers look like theirs because we were like, fuck, them shits is out there dropping shit.
Yeah.
Because at first, all we had was battleships.
We had battleships. We had 2.
We had battleships, aircraft carriers, we had corvettes, I think they were called, and then frigates. But we didn't make a giant gun floating until we seen that shit, and they were like, we have to have something to counter that. That motherfucker is him. Them motherfuckers they weren't even trying to save the Congos. The Congos were literally there to drop as much firepower as possible, and if that bitch sunk, that bitch sunk.
Our biggest advantage against those our planes.
Was our aircraft carrier. That's what I said in the opening theater. We didn't know that them bitches were putting out firepower like that. And what they did is they let the Congos get too close, and they dropped 2 of them bitches.
Them niggas, the Germans though,
They had U-boat.
They had the U-boats, but they had the crazy ass guns on the rail systems, bro. The train,
Oh yeah, the gunning
big
trains.
ass fucking guns they had on the fucking trains. That shit was crazy.
That's the other thing. Like I hate to say it that way because Americans back-to-back world champs. Like, nigga, come get the title if you want.
2-0.
Yeah.
Nobody come get this shit.
Yeah, but had Japan not bombed us, and had Germany not been led by a retard,
I think we would have got involved eventually.
yeah, we would have had to. Like, I don't think we get involved before Britain falls. I don't think we do that. Because at that time, you got to remember, America was just recovering after the First World War, and pretty much every other country had told us to go fuck ourselves because our economy was struggling. And the only reason we really got involved, yeah. But Americans weren't, until they bombed Pearl Harbor. All Americans was like, that shit ain't got shit to do with us. We over here, we starting to get our money back up. It was like a nigga that just went to prison. He's like, I would love to go back out there, but I got me a regular 9-to-5 job.
Got me a white girl now.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to go back to prison. And then all of a sudden, a nigga come.
Nigga stable.
Yeah, and then
I
nigga,
got this key.
yeah.
Trying to break this.
No, that nigga come through and he slap your child. Now you're like, okay, so now I gotta get back to this thug shit.
I got a job for you.
Yeah. That's what happened. Because America, like, even the president at the time said, he's like, I don't want to do this. We just came out of a great national tragedy.
Roosevelt?
Yeah. No, before. No, because his entire speech, like when he wrote it, before he went out and told everybody we were going to war, he was telling everybody in the Oval Office, he was like, he was like, we don't want to be involved in this, like, not really. And then they were like, Mr. President, they just bombed Hawaii, and he was like, well,
get that big stick out.
Blow the dust off that bitch. I'm coming to get that
Break
motherfucker.
that bitch out, man.
Get my nigga knocker, because these niggas is acting up.
They got us fucked up.
Bruh, but that's why Japan, like, Japan's.
It's crazy that it took that, you know what I'm saying, to happen. We had to
No, bro, because, like, you got to remember, once bitten, twice shy. Like, we went and saved y'all the first time, because America got involved in the First World War for no reason other than people were asking for help, right? So we go over there,
like,
we help y'all, and then we were so nice, we started helping Germany, which is what caused the Second World War, because Germany was being fined all this shit from the world government, saying you owe us this, this, and this because you started a war, which is the first time in history that's ever happened. And America's like, you know what? We're gonna help you out, pay some of this debt off. So their dollar was literally propped up by our dollar, and then our dollar all of a sudden went, and we was like, nigga, help you, help me, nigga, help me. We couldn't help them anymore. And then their dollar went like this. Then you had niggas in the streets with wheelbarrows full of money. Shit don't mean nothing because the dollar's not backed by anything except for another dollar, which is why I keep telling people, I'm like, look, I get it. Money rules everything right now. But if shit really goes south, nigga, US dollars don't mean shit to nobody because you can't turn them into nothing. It's a synthetic made material. Like, it's not real material. That's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, it's not tradable. Like, it's not a world where we don't put the value on the money. It's not tradable to nobody fucking else. There's nobody, if all hell broke loose tomorrow, there's no way you're going to be able to look at somebody and be like, I got $20. Let me get some water.
I mean, you could say that about, like,
It's anything. It's anything. That's why I tell people, listen.
Even gold,
Nah, gold's always going to be, because
precious metals and gems, like.
No, that's different because they have actual utility. Because you can because you can actually use those to create other things. Huh?
Make a gold gun?
No, but gold is actually useful. We use it in shit that we use now. Like, it's actually, gold is an actual precious metal that we use to make other things. And it does do things really well.
Right,
just like steel.
We have to
refine it. Yeah, but refine it.
No, I'm not saying refine it, but we have to use it to make something like the phone, like the chips on our phones and shit like that.
Yeah, but even before that, it's still a valuable resource. We didn't understand the utility in it, but we understood it was valuable because there's not as much of it.
You're saying, like, up front, just like, hey, how do you have $1, like, when you have like a bar of gold, like,
I can tell you what. No, if I have $1, if I have,
you could burn that shit. You could burn $1.
I can.
Fire.
Yeah,
Just
or
start the fire, right?
or I can use this gold brick to knock somebody upside the fucking head.
Okay.
But like
you can use a brick to do that. Though.
Yeah, I know, but I have a gold brick,
Yeah.
so I have a more valuable brick to knock you upside the head.
I guess. Like,
And not only that, but even if I make a gold sword
if
out
I
of
have
this,
a gun and you have a gold brick, like,
if you have a but now you have a gun and a
I'm
dollar.
gonna shoot you.
How did your dollar turn into a gun? We're talking about the dollar and the gold
you
brick.
say, I got a gun. I'm gonna shoot.
Okay,
you.
well you have a gun and I have a gold brick.
Start this fire to
Wait.
cook your ass, is what I'm saying.
Wait. You have a gun and I have a gold brick. So I'm gonna tell these people over here that I'm gonna give them this gold brick. if they just beat the fuck out of you,
And I'm gonna kill all of them too. 'Cause I got a gun.
you got a gun, but you only got 16 shots, so you ain't making ammo out your ass. So use your 16. There's 20 people here, so that's 4 niggas left after you shoot.
They're dead too.
No, nigga, and then and how I'm gonna keep them going, running at your stupid ass until you run out of ammo. Is I'm gonna look at them and be like, now there's just more gold for the rest of y'all, and they stupid ass is gonna follow it because they're dumb. And eventually you're out of bullets. There's 5 of us left, and it's just you versus 5, and you might beat the shit out of 2 of us, but you're gonna be tired.
Collab, bro. Nah.
You ain't cut.
Lining y'all
Nigga,
niggas
shut
up.
the fuck up, nigga. You are not wick, nigga. Shut up.
Yeah, 1 bullet, 2 kills, nigga. You already know how this shit add up.
Shut up, bro.
Some
Shut the
niggas
fuck up.
At the front door.
You better hope these niggas ain't rushing in, nigga. Anyway, but nah. But all I'm saying is, like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, invest in other shit. Like, invest in like metal, stuff like that. Even if it's not precious metal, just having metal in general. Listen, you can make both. You can make
car full of fucking aluminum scrap. You gonna be one of them niggas that just has a bunch of
scrap
shit all
shit
over. You be one of
everywhere.
them scrap niggas just got shit all over.
Listen, I know how to make. I found out how to make black powder out of piss. That's all I really needed, so I can make black powder. No, I didn't know that was a thing. Did you know that was a thing?
Making black powder out of piss.
Out of piss.
I mean,
So what you do? So not out of like just your piss, but your piss is your piss is like one of the main elements because the biggest component in powder is nitrate. Well, your piss is full of nitrate, and how you get nitrate is sodium nitrate. So you literally make it in your body. So all you'd have to do is eat and then piss. And what you do is you piss it. Nigga, I watched the white boy on YouTube do this entire thing. And no, it's not quick, right? But it doesn't have to be quick. It's not quick. It's not like instant. But in a survival situation,
you gotta capture it. It's gotta evaporate. You gotta.
No. It doesn't have to do. So it doesn't have to do all that. There's a faster way to do it. Because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, nigga, you gotta evaporate piss. That's gonna smell terrible. Faster way to do it. What you do is you take a bunch of like dead grass or dead leaves, and you put it inside the thing, and then you piss inside that. So what's gonna happen is I don't know the entire thing. The nigga's the chemist. I'm not, but I watched the video. You leave that out there for about a week. Yeah, a week, and then you're gonna pull it out the bag.
Sit on a bag of a bowl of piss for a week.
No, it's a bag. It doesn't have to be full of piss. It's just your piss is in there, and then what you do is you grab the leaves. It probably work best.
You gotta ferment some leaves and some
piss, and then you gotta rinse that shit off there, and then the water. Yeah, so you're gonna have to go back and put your hands inside the pissy leaves, or you can just put them inside a strainer like he did, right, and then cover them, and then just rinse it, and then you rinse it, so you can reuse the same leaves because you can really use the same leaves too. So just
what do you rinse it?
Just so you want the water and the bonded sodium nitrates that's gonna be bonded to the outside because it's gonna bond with the leftover chloroform in the leaves. So you're gonna rinse it. And it's gonna go through. It's gonna go back down to a liquid state, and then I can't remember. No. Yeah, you don't rinse it. No, you do rinse it. You rinse it, and then you take you rinse it through 3 types of cloth, and then you take the cloth and you you put the cloth out to dry, and then you scrape the sodium nitrate off the cloth. Yeah. But you didn't let it evaporate because you could just keep using the same bag of leaves over and over because until the nitrates are gone. But the nigga made enough black powder to power a small cannon in his backyard. I was like, that white boy is crazy. His name's Cody. Watch out Cody Lives on YouTube.
Of course it's fucking Cody.
Have you watched him?
No, I'm just saying. Of course his name is fucking
Cody. Some white boy in Nebraska.
Cody or Tyler.
Or Seth. overly hydrating for the gym. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. All 24 of y'all. We really do appreciate it. Wish y'all were a little bit more talkative, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Maybe you are talking and my chat's not updating. I think we're about to call it. We going? Yeah, we might as well call it here. That'll give us 2 hours on. Wait for this nigga to get back. He's talking about World War II.
You know her?
Huh?
You know her? You know?
No, he's not. He's on the thing. Goddamn truck. All right, so let's go. You want to go through we can go through a couple of the executive orders and then call it a day. You want to do that? All right, so.
That's what I was planning about talking. Inauguration.
How that shit was wild.
That nigga literally put in 10 initially. And then he did more.
63.
Executive orders, yeah. He signed 10 initially, declassifying the JFK assassination of Martin Luther King.
You want to know one of the first ones? Okay, so this one is the Advanced Racial Equality.
The gender shit?
Advanced Racial Equality and Support for Undeserved Communities throughout the federal government. So apparently there have been, underneath the previous administration, there were a bunch of communities like, what are they called? Charities that were getting funding from the government. So you remember all that money that we don't know where is at, all the federal aid that we don't know where it went, that were getting federal government grant money in order to help people who were advance racial equality in support of undeserving communities. So basically, the trans community, stuff like that. So like we've been helping pay these niggas rent. So whenever you were like, how do these niggas have why do these niggas claim that they have a house but don't work? Because me, you pay taxes.
I never wondered that because I didn't know that's the thing. That's kind of insane that.
You ain't never seen some of them bitches on the video be like, I can never get a regular job, like never, or like the government programs that help people who can't pay their bills, usually single mothers.
Yeah, single mothers, like people who are on
Section 8.
Section 8, yeah.
No, but these were programs that were going above and beyond that. Like there was just a woman that was somewhere on the internet and she was like, yeah, you know, I ain't worked in like 6 years. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do now.
Working a fucking job. Maybe that. Maybe just trying to figure that solution out there. But no, that's pretty crazy.
That we were doing that and nobody told us about it. Yeah.
So specifically, what does it do? What were they doing? They were
basically we were giving out federal aid to these to support these charities that were advanced racial equality and support that were in support of advanced racial equality and the undeserved. So like immigrants as well. You know how the immigrants like we talked last week. Yeah, like how we talked last week. Like how the fuck would you feel to be a homeless person in New York? And they got illegal immigrants that are being housed at $3,000 homes, nigga, and you're just sitting outside looking. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be done knocking some of them niggas off. They gotta come up off that. I'd be out there like a stick up kid, Life Jennings. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Nigga, I would go right outside one of them immigration hotels. Bro, I'd go right outside one of them immigration hotels with a Glock cocked, ready for a nigga to tell me no. I'm not even a Klan.
I don't want these motherfucking people in there.
No, nigga, I wouldn't even care that they were in the neighborhood. This nigga got a $3,000 a night home. not a night, but a $3,000 a month home.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping out here in the cold. We just had one of the coldest winters that. Oh, y'all gonna give them aid, and I can't get to the soup kitchen. Don't you worry about it. They get food and a paycheck.
And nobody can give me their spare change, nigga. That's crazy.
All of it's spare.
You know what I'm saying?
I know your home is free, so everything that's in your pocket is extra off of it. Them shoes off of it. And I want that nigga to go tell the news, so that he has to report to the news, and the cops got to report to the news that there's homeless men out here robbing the immigrants because the immigrants is getting put up in $3,000 home. Try to explain that to the
You
people.
said Glock cop. Like, you ain't say you was robbing them. You said you was bodying their ass.
I don't know. I'm robbing.
You said I'm bodying their ass. I'm taking everything in it. Like, welcome to America.
You got one time to act.
You thought it was gonna be safe over here. You thought it was gonna be safer than over there.
Yeah. Nigga, Glock get iffy, Glock get stiffy. God.
That's crazy.
Knocking their ass off. Coming out the hotel.
Land of the free, motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
Home of the brave, bitch.
Oh, you like living in America? Oh, welcome to the land of the free. You're free to get that shit up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Up off it.
That life is free, nigga.
Yeah.
That shit.
That next breath, these next breaths ain't guaranteed. They can come up off it.
That's fucking hilarious. No, but the shit about the child support one, the
Yes.
one that he implemented regarding the not the child support, but the claiming your child on your taxes, if you're I guess a father and you contribute.
If you're the father and you're getting taxed more than, if you're the father and you're paying more than 40, I think it's 40 or 38% of your income, more than 38% of your income to the child support.
Child support services.
Yeah. Then the mother is no longer allowed to claim child on their income tax.
Right.
That's gas.
Well, 45% or
38%?
That's a lot though.
38%. Well, it's 30. Well, child support takes theirs before taxes get taken out. So you're getting 38%, then you're getting hit with taxes. So nigga, more than half your paycheck is gone. And I only know that because one of the niggas that my mom used to fuck with, his name was Tommy. That nigga had 8 kids. That nigga put in 2 weeks at Ocean Potion. You remember when Ocean Potion was a thing over here? The lotion shit? There was a warehouse out there on Grissom, on Industrial Road. Oh, you're from Melbourne, so you wouldn't know. Out here on Industrial Road. You know the Ocean Potion, the lotion company? The sunscreen lotion company? Shit, yeah. But anyway, it was called Ocean Potion. And it's a sunscreen company out there. My stepdad used to work out there. And he went out there for 2 weeks. In his first 2 weeks, he made like, back in the day, I think he brought home like $1,200, which is like a lot in like early 2000s. Like that nigga was making money.
A day?
Not in 2 weeks. No. It was $1,200 in a week. He made $1,200 a week. He got forklift certified, whatever. He was on.
Shit.
We was about to move up out the hood.
Yeah. Shit. That sounds like.
And then his next paycheck came through, and Ocean Potion reported to the federal government.
Got his ass.
So all his back child support was due.
Oh damn, we need all that.
Yeah, the nigga
Whole
worked.
check.
The nigga worked a week. That nigga said I worked 7 days in a row to make $25 fucking dollars. They gave his ass 25 bones, bro.
They can't do that.
They gave that nigga 25 bones because he had 8 of them. He had 8 of them bitches, bro. I think it was like $150 realistically, but that nigga said I worked 7 days to make $150. Couldn't do you like that, could they, bro? Massive supervillain after that.
I mean, like, I'm also not gonna have 8 kids.
But if that shit happened to you, nigga,
Like, right? It wouldn't, but I mean, maybe there's nothing you can really do about it except pay that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is just crazy. But yeah, I gotta look into that one because it's like I don't know if it's 30% of your income is insane.
no, that's like the nigga. I wouldn't make that shit up. That's a wild fucking number. I didn't know it was that fucking much.
It's high as fuck though.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay. But you're not. So like
Just
we're
to
getting
blame your kid on your taxes. That's a lot.
38.
38% of your income.
Yeah, nigga, it's 38%. Like,
What?
nigga, that's low
That's
for child support. That's low.
What? Say you make $5,000 a month, which most
38% of that you're walking away with still about 30, about 30, 32.
If you got make 5,000 a month.
Yeah, you're making 32
before taxes.
Before.
Like,
yeah.
You're getting waxed. They're taking at least almost $1,200 from your.
They're not gonna take 1,200. They'll take
38.
They'll take so 30. So you'll probably walk away with 32. So you'll make 1,100 because since they take it before taxes, your take home is less. So they're gonna tax you less on that.
They're taxing you though.
Oh yeah, they're gonna tax you on it, but it's gonna be taxed less.
That's what I'm saying. You make 5,000.
You make 5,000, so you're gonna really make 32. So you're really making 32. So they're gonna tax you for the tax bracket of making $3,200. So tax, so that's like 10 or 15%. So that's another $300. So now you're down to like 29. You're still making almost $3,000 a month. 27 on the low end.
That's like $600
Every
month.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
I mean every month. No, what? Yeah, it's like
month.
six. Yeah, it's like $600
every month. That's a lot. That's
What?
insane.
In taxes? Yeah, nigga, I'm paying more than that in taxes right now. Well, not right now
No,
because
child support is what I'm saying.
No, he's paying $1,200 in child support.
That's insane. That's what I'm saying. Like, and you're taking home $3,200 a month.
That's if you're after your 5,000 a month. After they take their 12,
right.
You're taking home 38. Actually, probably 32 because they're probably taking the 1,800 because they're gonna round up. Yeah, they're probably taking 1,800 of that. Then you wonder why women out here run around with just baby daddies instead of having a job. She got 4 baby daddies making $1,800 from each baby daddy.
I was trying to tell this guy that I work with down there. He's like, nah, most motherfuckers are paying like $300 a month in child support. I'm like,
he's not wrong.
they're not. Like,
He's not wrong. Most bum niggas are, and then what happens is because he's not able to afford to take care of the child, the government's supplementing that. So she's making back what she could have made from him in child support from the government, and the government's doing that because they want to remove the father from the home. Like it's a vicious cycle, nigga. So like so this government's literally just gonna stay up because now all these people who don't know no better are gonna keep voting for these policies that keep removing your father from the home. But yeah, it's just vicious. So, but he's not wrong. Most people are paying like $300-$500 because these niggas don't have jobs for real.
yeah.
So the court system just needs.
Well, no, because these niggas technically don't have a job.
Yeah, these niggas don't have. Well, a lot of these niggas don't have jobs.
Drug dealers
Because good successful drug dealers aren't these niggas out here that are dropping a bunch of jits because they don't need that type of hype.
They are.
No, they're really not. It's not, bro. It's mostly these niggas that want to be the big. No, because the real big, like the niggas that are like big meats, really moving weight.
I'm talking about the average nigga.
Yeah, the average, but the average nigga ain't making. Yeah, but he's not making enough money to be
He's
considered.
not on paper, is what I'm saying. Like he's not on.
Yeah, but that nigga's going to jail, and then when he goes to jail, he's gonna have back child support, and then he's gonna go back to jail for back child support. So that's why they charge their ass $500 because you don't know what they really getting out of his ass. Free labor, because once his ass gets to that jail, guess what he got to do to get commissary? Because all them bitches that he's fucking on, he probably gonna have 4 baby mamas. All them 4 baby mamas, you know which one's gonna put money on his books? All of them at one point during his bid, but they're not gonna be consistent. They're gonna be fucking somebody else because somebody else got to pay these bills. And your ass in jail. Huh? Usually them niggas do enough that them women will put something on his books for the first month he's there. Then after that nigga gotta go out there to the yard, get up in the morning, get on that fucking paddy wagon and get ready to hit this highway and start mowing this grass. For 10 cents on the dollar.
They do it to themselves.
10 cents an hour, nigga. Could you imagine a nigga looking at you and be like, Matt, get up, we about to go mow grass for 10 cents an hour? Who?
Yeah, he put himself in that position. Like, at least you working, at least you got the opportunity to do that. Like,
that's not. Again, this is
an hour. That's crazy. This is 10 mans off that shit.
Off that stretch of highway.
They're gonna make probably more than that.
It's more. It's way more than 10 bands. And it's a government contract, so that check guaranteed. Yeah, bro.
But they do it every day.
Nigga, yeah, but there's a difference between right and wrong. Like whatever you did, you ended up in jail. You're absolutely right. Pay your time, do whatever. But if you're in jail trying to get a job, like you're actually working, doing whatever, 10 cents an hour is absolutely ridiculous. Like, fucking nigga, give the nigga, like, I'm not saying he gotta get minimum wage. Like, he's in jail. You definitely gotta.
$2 an hour? What the fuck?
I'll say $7.
$7?
$7 an hour.
That's almost minimum wage.
Nigga, you're giving him something that when he gets out, he don't have to immediately go back to being a fucking criminal. You don't have to pay him the full $7. Give him $2 out of the $7. Take $5 of the dollars, put it in a savings account. When the nigga leave.
They don't want that nigga.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but what I didn't say that they wanted the nigga to leave. I said that it was. I said just because something's done and just because somebody does do something to themselves. I said it's not right. I said if we wanted to do right and actually rehabilitate people, that's what you would do. Because if you took let's take a nigga that's on a 15-year sentence, right? And he decide, because most niggas are hard-headed. He don't decide till 12 years in. He don't decide till 3 years in. So he got 12 years left that he needs to actually start working because eventually he's getting out of this bitch, right? Yeah, so he start working.
How you know he gonna take that money and do something good with it?
We don't. But here's the thing.
Buy a key and try and flip that.
Listen, you're absolutely right. But here's the thing. Putting somebody out in a bad position guarantees that they go into what they know. Putting somebody out that's up, like at 12 years, $5 an hour, 40 hours a week.
Not if he's rehabilitated.
Yeah. So $5 an hour, 40 hours a week over 12 years. So what's that math? $5 an hour, 40 hours a week. So that's $200 a week. $200 a week times 4, that's $800 a month. 800, so there's 12 months in a year. And there's 12 years. So 144 times
12 years?
Yeah. I said he had 12 years left.
Oh.
So 144 times 8 is he's gonna come out with 80,000. He'll have made $84,000 in a savings account. So when he gets out
in 12 years, he'll have made more than that.
No.
Yes. You said 800 a month.
Times 12 times 12 years.
Right.
So that's 12 times 12, which is 144. So it's 800 times 144. That's how that math works. Because it's 144 months. 144 months times 800. Oh, my bad. After taxes. Oh, I was way off. You're absolutely right. He had made $115,000 in 12 years.
Damn. That's not shit, bro.
That's not shit. You're still getting fucked, but at least you're coming out with $100,000. You see what I'm saying? Like you came out with something to stand on.
12 years, you should be a millionaire. Because you ain't got to pay for housing. You ain't got to pay for food. They give you food,
but do you see what? Do you see why that would give somebody a leg up coming back into society? Because 100.
Yeah, he gonna flip that shit. He gonna be the new kingpin, bro. Like
put $115,000.
Yeah, they're gonna buy a brick or two. They're gonna flip them hoes, make them hoes work.
Okay, if he's stupid enough to take that money out that savings account, because
these niggas don't. Bro,
because like
I see what you're saying. Give them
the opportunity. And here's the thing. Let's say they do fuck up. Here's how it's so easy. We put this shit into a savings account for you. So once you start depleting this savings account, because you're gonna have to take out 30 racks to get a block. So as soon as we see that first fucking withdrawal, nigga, we know what you're up to. Now the feds is on you instantly. Am I wrong?
No, but then you gotta have somebody, you know what I'm saying, that manages all that shit.
Nigga, what you just gonna have literally you set up a program that says this nigga got released. If within a year we see a 35, we see.
We're not trying to expedite any resources to that for that.
Nigga, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's not
a betterment of society.
It's not nigga, but it's not even resources that you have to.
They'd rather have that.
Thank you, chat. I agree. Somebody said that. Somebody has a good idea.
They'd rather have that nigga right back in here after he gets out after the 12 years and collect that $200,000 that they're gonna make off that nigga every year.
Yeah, they're making about $200,000 off that nigga.
Because we just made off each prisoner. Yes.
We just did that math, and that math was quick. That nigga said 100, but 115 grand in a year would be something to celebrate. But 115 grand over 12 years, nigga. Yeah, nigga, you're averaging.
That's Dick Bones, bro. That ain't nothing. That's crazy. That's insane.
You made $96,000 a year. In your entirety.
I'm trying to make that in a month.
All right, stream. We'll catch y'all next week.